High school football is on the air. It's hard to believe. It's the regular season finale, and we got a good one for you this evening as the Central Indians play host to the Natrona County Mustangs at Riske Field. High school football on 1480K is being brought to you by our fine sports sponsors. Now we send it out live to Riske Field for football action, the regular season finale for the Cheyenne Central Indians and the Natrona County Mustangs. To bring us all the exciting calls, including our pregame show, let's check in right here, right now, with Reese Monaco and the mayor, Dan Morris, on 1480 KRAE, Cheyenne.
Well, hello everyone from wherever you may be listening or watching for that matter on the YouTube channel. Reese Monaco along with the Mayor Dan Morris, and it is the final game of the regular season here. And, City of Cheyenne right now in Class 4A is the spot. 4 of the top 5 ranked teams are here in the capital city. Across town, a big playoff matchup. Number 2 East and Campbell County playing for the 2 and 3 seed going into the playoffs. Here we do have another top 5 matchup. We have number 4 Cheyenne Central, number 5 Casper-Natrona. And Dan, this game is all about, who's going to be where in the playoffs, who's going to be the 4 seed, who's going to be the 5 seed. The winner will be the 4. The loser will be the 5. If you're the winner, you play at home next week in the playoffs. So we are going to see this exact same matchup again next week. It's just a matter of whether it's here at Riske Field or up in Casper.
So good to see you again, Reese. As always, a great Friday night here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, getting ready for some fantastic high school football under a beautiful Wyoming sky. Sun's going down. It's going to be about 60 degrees, and you're absolutely right, Reese. What a night for football across not only the town, but across the state. Everybody battling for playoff positions. Sheridan, the locked-in number 1, already beat Laramie, putting Laramie at number 7. So now we have the 2-3s battle out, the 4-5s battling out. Kelly Walsh and Rock Springs holding on in with hopes, and it's going to be. What that means then is tonight is essential to everything that happens for the next 3 weeks. We're going to roll into playoffs next week. As you said, Reese, right back here in Cheyenne, looking at hopefully East and Central hosting home games, or we could be on the road trying to find out, see if they can survive in the crazy land of Gillette and Casper. It's going to be a great night. Very excited for some great football today.
Yes, Central comes into this one with a 5-3 record, Natrona 4-4, and considering that these two teams are going to play again next week, Dan, you know what? I'd kind of look for Coach Apodaca and Coach Harshman. There's no secrets. They have film on all the games. They know what everybody's going to run, so try to keep it as close to their base as they possibly can. And then in the first round of the playoffs, Steve Harshman, he might show a completely different type of offense next week. So I expect, maybe a little bit of vanilla from both teams today.
The flip side of that, Reese, it's really hard to argue your point, but on the flip side of it, this is a do-or-die night. If you want to host a football game, you have to win. So do you hold that secret play in your pocket? Do you keep that little sweet formation that you worked on a couple weeks ago that you thought might work? Do you keep that in your back pocket, hoping to maybe? Or do you throw everything out there tonight and go for it all? Because tonight absolutely matters if you want to get on a bus for 3 hours, or do you want to take a nice long lunch at your own school, have dinner with your mom and dad, and hang out in your home locker room. It's really important that they do put everything out tonight and they play absolutely awesome football.
When you look at it statistically throughout the season, offensively, both teams very comparable. Central number 5 in total offense in 4A, 293 yards per game. Natrona number 6 at 275 yards a game. It's defense that you look at it. Natrona, the number 3 defensive team in Class 4A. Central, the number 6 defensive team. Natrona tops in defending the pass, only giving up 89 yards per game. So, both teams can score, but the defenses get after each other.
And Central, luckily, is loaded with some talent this year. This is probably one of Apodaca's top teams he's had in a long time. He's running around 10 years now here at Central, something like that. And this is one of the best squads he's put up. He's strong up front. He's got extremely fast athletic backfields and skill positions. He's got a talented quarterback, and his kids want to play football and they want to win. So Steve Harshman, we all know, is one of the kings of football in Wyoming. He's going to bring his game, and he's going to dominate you or try to dominate you any way he can. But Central believes tonight they have an answer for every trick Harshman brings.
Yeah, and Natrona has a quarterback that can get it done with his arm and his feet. Kenai Olson can sling it, and he can run it. He's just a big guy. If he lowers his shoulders and decides he wants to run, he's tough to bring down, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams approach this game, considering that they will both be playing each other again next week. It's just a matter of where they will be playing each other in the first round of the playoffs. I can hardly believe the regular season ends tonight, Dan. I can hardly believe that.
And we got to throw the quick blurb in, and tomorrow's Border War. Does it get better than this weekend, man? This is the fantastic, best football, best weekend we can ask for. This is so exciting. I can't wait for this football game tonight.
Sun beginning to set. The shadows are long here across a Riske field. Just an absolutely gorgeous fall night for high school football to wrap up the regular season. It is the Indians and the Mustangs. Final game of the regular season here on 1480 K-Ray. Larry Proetti has our extended pregame show when we come back. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Here at Kia of Cheyenne, we're having a grand opening sale with the savings on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne, and right now you could save even more on a new 2025 Kia Telluride. The 2025 Kia Telluride will surprise you with standard features, versatility, and comfort for a better value than what's available elsewhere. Stay close to home and pay less here at Kia of Cheyenne. Come by and check out our upgraded facilities. Call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com. We'll make it easy.
From your head to your toes, we're here to keep you moving. With consultation, treatment, and rehabilitation all in one location, it's easier than ever to get the level of care you deserve. Cheyenne Regional, we inspire great health.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season, and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family, from gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters, and of course your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Hey guys, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends at Advanced Comfort Solutions. These guys are by far your number one choice for all your local heating and cooling needs. Whether it's new install, replacement, or service, they are as good as it gets. They service all makes and models of furnaces and have an incredible comfort membership you're going to want to check out. Let the comfort professionals at Advanced Comfort Solutions help keep you and your family warm and worry-free this winter. Give them a call at 778-4911 or visit their website at advancedcomfortwy.com and let them show you why they are your... Here's a phone number to keep handy in today's high-technology world. 307-256-8971. It's the number for affordable computer repair. Whether it's a virus, hard drive, motherboard, keyboard problem, or just to update your computer with the latest versions, Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair has the expertise to address and fix these problems and more for your desktop, laptop, or tablet. Call locally owned and operated Affordable Computer Repair for your home or business computers today at 256-89. When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like Cheyenne Allstate agent Jason Gilbert, because he works every day to get people like you the coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Contact him for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019. Well, this Friday we get a chance to be in eastern Laramie County, extreme southeast Laramie County, as we are going to be in Pine Bluffs. And it's the Hornets as they will take on the Lingle Fort Laramie Doggers. At this time, we get to do, well, actually 2 interviews, and this will be our first one with Athletic Director Will Gray. Will, great to have you on the program, and I guess first and foremost, as I say, I'm going to have 2 interviews with you. Juggling being an athletic director and a coach, is it, I don't want to say stressful, but at the lower levels, the 1A, the 2As, is it a little easier task than being at the 4A level?
Well, I think at times it can be easier, because we don't have the same amount of sports that the 4A, 3A guys have. But with that said, you can make it easier on yourself by hiring good people and people that are willing to help, when you ask for it. And that's what we have here is people that are willing to help with anything and everything, and it just makes everything go smoother.
And we'll get into the coaching aspect later on when you come back and join us again. But talking about Will Gray, the athletic director at Pine Bluffs, what keeps you at Pine Bluffs? You've been there quite a while.
Yeah, we're 19 years. When my wife and I moved here, in 2007, I think we moved in late July. We were like, you know what, let's try it for a couple of years. If we don't like it, we had, our oldest daughter was 2 at the time. And we said, it's just the 3 of us, we can, go look somewhere else. But, it grew on us real fast. And you know what? We're still here because we love it.
Now, we did Burns earlier in the season, and we had a chance to do our AD report with Curtis over at Burns High School. Let me ask you pretty much similar questions I asked him. Student athletes, and again, another bedroom community in Pine Bluffs. Farming, ranching, a lot of these kids have chores to do. Their days are always busy, just like the rest of us. Do you have to do a little bit of recruiting to get the young ladies and the gentlemen out to the various sporting events that Pine Bluffs offers?
Well, I think no matter where you're at, you have to do that because some kids just, they're not comfortable going out for something that maybe they're unsure of or they've never done before. And as football coaches, we live by the rule, if a kid comes out, it's our job to keep them there, right? We've got to make sure they're having fun, they're enjoying what they're doing, and they enjoy the people they're with. But, yeah, we do a lot of in-school recruiting, just trying to make sure that, that kids are getting an experience or coming out and trying it. And I always live by the come out and try it for 2 weeks. If you don't like it after that, I'll never bother you again. And, we've had some kids come out and enjoy it, and they're still out. And we've had other kids that, they decided it wasn't for them, and, they came out and tried it, and that's all we can ask.
I'm sure you, as the athletic director, also keep an eye on junior high schoolers as well as elementary schools. How many kids are coming through the program? And again, people moving in, moving out, whatever the case may be. But I'm sure you have your eye on those even lower classes as they get ready to embark on their high school careers.
Yep. Our junior high football was down in numbers a little bit. It's just a case of not a lot of boys. But then when you look at our youth football team, grades 4 through 6, I think there's 26 or 27 of them between 3 grades, and that's a pretty good number for us. And youth volleyball, our rec department actually is moving that to the spring, so our high school volleyball players can help out with that a little bit more. But we had, decent numbers for 2 grades, and I think the future's bright for us.
A couple more questions. Let's ask this question here. The word realignment. Again, you've been the 1A 9-man on the football side of things. Do we see changes coming down the pike for Pine Bluffs? Does Pine Bluffs move to a 2A level? Tell us a little bit what possibly could happen in 2026, if anything.
Well, if things change, we will stay the same. We'll be 9-man in football. We'll be 2A and everything else. And, where our numbers put us right in the middle of 2A, when you're talking volleyball, basketball, track, and those things. And in 9-man, we're still right in the middle. So we've got some room to grow before we would have to move up.
And final thought, talking about participation earlier, talk about and let's put a plug in because I know we'll be heading into the winter sports here pretty quick. some of the summer fall sports that Pine Bluffs had during the season, and talk about some of the special events that you had.
Well, in cross country, we combined with Burns, and they got state coming up here next week actually in Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, the schools have done a great job running that meet the last couple of years. Little America is a great venue for it, so they're excited for that. Volleyball is, getting ready for regionals, and they want to make the state tournament again for, I think, going on 4 or 5 years in a row. They want to make some noise there. And football-wise, we got a lot of work to do still, because the West Side's got 3 pretty good teams, and we're not sure where we stack up yet. And then kind of looking forward, junior high girls wrestling started on Monday. Junior high boys wrestling started. Junior high girls basketball started on Monday. So it's busy all around.
That wraps up our first conversation with Will Gray, athletic director. We'll talk to Will Gray, head coach of the Pine Bluffs Hornets, in just a little bit. Sandwiched in between, Brandon Gifford, head coach of the Lingle Fort Laramie Doggers, on the way after this timeout. You're listening to and watching high school football right here on 1480.
Ready to level up?
From your head to your toes, we're here to keep you moving. With consultation, treatment, and rehabilitation all in one location, it's easier than ever to get the level of care you deserve. Cheyenne Regional. We inspire great health.
The Brake Stop in Casper and Cheyenne is your locally owned brake specialist for over 20 years. ASE certified. We always offer 100% free brake inspection, free tire rotations, and now offering a free alignment check. So for the best brakes, best service, and always the best price, stop at the Brake Stop. See our website and social media for exclusive deals.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here, 'cause we know the climate. Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
The players return to the field. Up to bat are the Warriors. First up, number 7. There's the pitch. It's a hit, good for a single. Next, number 18. He swings, line drive to center field. 15 steps up, another hit. Bases loaded now as number 40 approaches the plate. It's headed for the fence. Grand slam, the Warriors win the game. Make it home safe. Buckle up, every passenger, every trip, every time.
Sometimes you're anticipating it. Sometimes it's unexpected. Occasionally it's something small. But most of the time, it's a pretty big deal. It's your best day ever. And Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is proud of the part we play in making each of them happen. Whether opening your first savings account or moving into your dream home, Meridian Trust is there for all your best days.
Capital Lumber is #1 in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need.
For 60 years, family-owned and operated, Campbell Lumber Company has been your one-stop to shop for all your lumber, hardware, and accessories. And now it's time to think about those indoor remodel projects, like a new storm door, paint, even a new vanity for that bathroom remodel. And there's so much more. It's been 60 years, and they're still here for you today. Campbell Lumber Company at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne.
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season, and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family, from gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters, and of course your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
If you're busy and can't take time out for a healthy breakfast, stop in and try one of our breakfast burritos loaded with potatoes, eggs, cheese, bacon, and our homemade green chili wrapped in a 12-inch flour tortilla. Or, for a fast lunch, try our delicious cabbage burgers, hamburger, onions, and cabbage wrapped in bread dough and baked to a golden brown. Treat yourself to a fast breakfast or lunch today at the Bread Basket Bakery and Sandwich Shop, 1819 Maxwell Avenue, Cheyenne's hometown bakery. Wrapped in bread dough and baked to a golden brown. Treat yourself to a fast breakfast or lunch today at the Bread Basket Bakery and Sandwich Shop, 1819 Maxwell Avenue, Cheyenne's hometown bakery.
Here's a phone number to keep handy in today's high-technology world. 307-256-8971. It's the number for affordable computer repair. Whether it's a virus, hard drive, motherboard, keyboard problem, or just to update your computer with the latest versions, Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair has the expertise to address and fix these problems and more for your desktop, laptop, or tablet. Call locally owned and operated Affordable Computer Repair for your home or business computers today at 256-8971.
The new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek is built for adventure with symmetrical all-wheel drive and Subaru reliability you can count on. Right now, drive one home with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months or 1.9% APR for 60 months. Adventure starts here. Experience the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek today. Financing on approved credit, length of contract and terms may vary. See dealer for details. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025.
Experience the holiday difference at Halliday Subaru.
Visit the heart of Cheyenne's history at the Cheyenne Depot Museum. The Depot Museum is home to many events and is a National Historic Landmark as the last Grand Railroad station on the Transcontinental Route. See the narrow-gauge UCNN model railroad, and don't forget to visit the Depot Gift Shop, where they have many unique gift ideas. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Cheyenne Depot Museum at 121 West 15th Street in the heart of downtown Cheyenne.
Hey guys, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends at Advanced Comfort Solutions. These guys are by far your number one choice for all your local heating and cooling needs. Whether it's new install, replacement, or service, they are as good as it gets. They service all makes and models of furnaces and have an incredible comfort membership you're going to want to check out. Let the comfort professionals at Advanced Comfort Solutions help keep you and your family warm and worry-free this winter. Give them a call at 778-4911 or visit their website at advancedcomfortwy.com and let them show you why they are your number one choice.
Welcome back to Riske Field. High school football on 1480 K-Ray. Reese Monaco, Dan Morris, the final regular season game here today at Riske Field. This one will decide the 4 and 5 seed heading into the playoffs next week, and it is the Cheyenne Central Indians and the Casper-Natrona Mustangs as both teams' captains headed out to the logo at midfield here at Riske Field for the coin toss. A little bit of glad handing going around, and we'll have the toss to see who will receive, who defers. And again, this is the same matchup we're going to see in week 1 of the high school football playoffs. It's just a matter of who's going to have the home field. Winner stays at home. Loser is on the road. And, if this were college football, if Natrona loses this, Dan, it'd just say they stay here all week long instead of going home. But I don't think that's going to be the case. And
Reese, the Coach Hapadaka talked the pregame about how these two teams are fairly well matched with each other. And you mentioned earlier their records right next to each other, battling for 4 or 5. I picked a few random games off their schedule just to kind of compare and look. Central beat Rock Springs 32-6. Natrona beat Rock Springs 28-6. Campbell County beat Central 10-13. Campbell County beat Natrona 14-20. Thunder Basin lost to Central 37-27. Thunder Basin lost to Natrona 37-14. Everything says we're set up for a hell of a battle tonight. These are two great teams. They know everything's on the line, and they're seriously ready to play some really good football for us.
And this is going to be one of those games that's just going to be one in the trenches, up front, and, offensively and defensively. So here you have the coin toss about ready to get going here. You hear the white hat, the referee, Natrona, will call it in the air, and they call it, and it is Natrona has won the toss, and they will defer until the second half. And Central will have the ball to start here in the first half, and Natrona will kick off to the west here at Riske Field. It's an east-west facing field, and Central will receive and get that offense out on the field first, Dan, and that's an offense led by the quarterback Owen Woods and Tyrone Richards, one of the top running backs in the state. He has 2 touchdown runs of over 80 yards, the longest touchdown run in the state at 81. We saw him do that against East. And of course, Austin Teasley, a very versatile player. He is a receiver. We saw him out of the Wildcat, just pretty much put this team on his back against Cheyenne East, just taking the Wildcat and picking a hole and going. And some very talented players that they'll have out on the field offensively, including that offensive line, Jack Garrett, the Wyoming commitment, Caden Tafoya, DJ Sayers, Rigdon Smith, and Carson Scholl along the offensive front. So those are just a couple of the players that you'll be hearing. Central in their home black uniforms with white numbers and the red pants trimmed in black, the red helmets as well. Natrona, they're away white tops and gray pants with black helmets as well. We're about ready to get this thing underway. Gavin Paddock will have it teed up at the 40-yard line and back deep to receive for Central. Austin Teasley along with Tyrone Richards.
I think this is a good move by Central to take the ball in the first possession of the game. They're facing the number 1 ranked pass defense in the state, and Natrona only giving up 89 yards a game. Central not known for dominating a game with the passing. Owen Woods is a reliable, trustworthy quarterback who makes a lot of nice plays, but the Central earns it between the tackles. They have speed, they have smart kids with vision, and they have kids who want to run the football well. This is exactly what Central wants, and they're ready to pound the football tonight.
You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray. Paddock, a low end-over-ender line drive will sail into the end zone, and Central with the touchback will have it first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The touchback, And now Owen Woods will lead that offense out onto the field. And, I look for maybe a steady dose of Tyrone Richards here early. Also the big boys, Campbell Smith and Cody Witt. Witt, 6'1", 215. Campbell Smith, 6 foot, 175. They can flat bring it. And Woods will work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers split off to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Teasley in motion and a little shovel pass to Teasley. Works his way around the right end. He picks up a block, lowers his head, and he's out near the 30 to the 31-yard line. They'll place it at the 30-yard line, a gain of 10 for Austin Teasley.
And there's nothing new. That's exactly what Central's been earning their bread all year with. Just a little quick shovel pass out front, essentially a toss. And the back in motion goes for a big pickup for the Indians.
Richards just to the left of Woods. Teasley split out wide left. And the inside give to Richards. Richards tries to bounce it out right side. And Richard is going to be hit and dropped for a bit of a gain. And you know what? Just let that offensive line get into their rhythm. It will be about a 2 or 3 yard gain. We'll call it a 2-yard gain for Tyrone Richards. He's one of those guys, Dan, that he can pick up 2, pick up 1, pick up 2, then it's 80.
Oh, absolutely, and they've got the beasts up front to do it. Carson Scholl, Rigdon Smith, DJ Sayers, Caden Tafoya, Jack Garrett, all willing to bring the lunch pails to work and do the job.
Well, Woods out of the shotgun, looks to pass, fires near side. It's caught at the 40-yard line, and drugged down is Robbie Calvert, and Calvert with the first down. That'll be about a 7-yard gain.
It's important to Central right now to establish that they're not afraid to throw the football against this number 1 ranked defense either. Natrona will do a great job of playing man-to-man on the outside. They're going to play you tight. They're not going to give up any big yards, but that was a beautiful job of the receiver finding the outside route for a nice pickup.
1st and 10 for the Indians from the 40-yard line. 2 wide right. Woods out of the shotgun, and he'll give it off inside to Richards, and Richards grabbed around the ankles as he gets to the 40. He'll fall forward out near the 41-yard line.
A nice play by Charles Frostow there. He's a defensive lineman, 6'3", 220-pound senior, and he certainly made a play like that time, penetrating quickly through, following the pulling guards, got his penetration to the backfield and made a nice stick for the Natrona Mustangs.
2nd and 9 from their own 41-yard line. 2 receivers wide left, and Richards in the backfield. Woods works out of the shotgun. Now in motion, Teasley from left to right across the formation, and inside handoff to Richards. Richards finds a little bit of running room right side off tackle. He's out near the 45. Will fall forward to the 46-yard line.
Central coming out with the tight end on the right side, plus a wing back to the right, so they essentially had 4 blockers over there. The Natrona defense didn't slide over to cover the extra man, so Central had a little bit of advantage there to pick up some extra yards.
Pick up a 5, 3rd and 4 for the Indians. Woods out of the shotgun, 3 receivers wide right, 1 to the left, 4 wide in the backfield. Standing just to the left of Woods is Cody Witt, the big fella. Teasley out near the numbers to the left. Woods will back into the shotgun. Witt stands just to his left. 3rd down. Give it off to Witt. Witt breaking tackles, fighting through some tackles, stays on his feet and stumbles forward out near the 1st down stake. He's going to be just short. That'll be a pickup of around 3 yards for Cody Witt, maybe 2.
You got to give Natrona's Josiah Coleman a really nice big credit there for a great penetration in their backfield. He's a big kid too, Reese. He runs, 6'5", I think, 6'5", 180 pounds, and he looks every bit of 6'5", too. He stands out there just a little bit towering over everybody, except for maybe Jack Garrett. Jack looks him in the eyes.
Dane Pedersen will be on to punt it away. Central in that kind of no man's land here, and Pedersen takes a low end over ender. It will bounce in near the 15, and it will just bounce and stop and roll inside the 15 to the 14. So the Natrona defense holds, and Natrona will have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Nothing surprising there. Central pretty much, sometimes when you get up against a team that has a really quality defense, you want to kind of feel the different sides of the line, which plays are going to flow, how are we looking at blocking certain guys. I don't think Central feels like that drive was a loss. They learned a lot on those 5 or 6 plays they ran there.
And Kenai Olson leads his team out. He'll work out of the shotgun. Standing just to his right is a Brody Wilcox. Two receivers, now one man in motion, and a little shovel pass again. The same play that Central ran to start the game. And Cryan, that's going to be thrown for a loss. And a good Central pursuit, good Central defense. And damn, that was the exact same play that Central ran. And that was Cooper Cox losing 2 yards, 3 yards on the play.
And Tyrone Richards, the Indians' junior defensive back on the left side there, he came up quick, did a nice job. We talk about how you're going to tackle someone. You got to break down to keep your hips low, but keep your feet moving. If you stand still, the guy's going to beat you. And Tyrone did a great job of flowing with the running back and making a great tackle in the backfield.
Loss of one. Kenai Olson out of the shotgun once again. And in the backfield, just to his right, is Brody Wilcox. Receivers 3 wide left. Give it off to Wilcox. Wilcox up the middle. He'll lower his shoulders to the 15 and pick up and maybe they'll give him the 16. Nice little hole on the right side of that Natrona offensive line.
Yeah, but Caden Tafoya said it's not going to stay open very long. He's a senior defensive lineman, 5'10", 210, number 52. Caden stepped over there. And again, just great form tackle, broke down, didn't give the running back any kind of inside break, and then the rest of the defense came right behind him for the loss. Small gain. Getting excited.
Third down. Olson wants to pass, fires, and it's off his intended receiver's hands. He was looking for Cooper Cox, but Tyrone Richards was draped all over him on the defense. He dropped back and looked right. He had Wilcox open, but Richards was there. That wouldn't have gone for much if it had been complete.
You know, Reese, those two drives were almost identical to each other. That's Natrona runs a little out there. Same thing Central ran for their little completion. Those plays looked exactly like that. Both teams are running. So right now, nothing surprising coming from both teams. Nobody's getting caught off guard. Somebody's going to have to figure out the trick to get the ball moving.
Kenai Olson stands at his own 2-yard line. The quarterback to punt it away. Back deep to receive is Keenan Dennison. It's a one-hopper to him. He scoops it up, and it's a low liner. Dennison feels right near the 48-yard line, makes a man miss to the 50. Still on his feet, juking to the 45, to the 40, and he's going to run into his own guy. And I think Cody Witt was blocked into Dennison, but Dennison with the great return and put Central up in outstanding field position.
Dennison, not a big kid, but he is quick. He found saw a gap there. He's only 5'5", 135, Reese. So when he ducks down behind a big kid like Cody Witt, he just disappears. And that's what he did to the defense there. Did a couple juke steps, dodged behind Cody, and what a great little return for the Indians.
1st and 10 for the Indians from the Natrona 38-yard line. Owen Woods out of the shotgun. Cody Witt will be in the backfield. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide left. That's Teasley. He's outside the numbers, just outside the 40 number. Woods takes the snap, and it's quarterback draw right up the middle. He's got a big hole. He's going to be upended as he crosses the 30, and that's going to be enough for a first down as he gets, now they're the 26, 27-yard line.
Nothing cute about that play either. That's the coaches turning to those front 5 guys and saying, make your blocks. And all 5 did. Got their butts to the ball, turned their man sideways. Owen did a great job of just planting his feet, accelerating straight forward for a big pickup first down for the Indians.
1st and 10. It's not. We've done a number of Central games. That's the first time we've seen a designed quarterback draw for Owen Woods.
I think. Good.
Woods will work out of the shotgun. Richards just to his right. 1st and 10. Teasley in motion. Now Woods will give it to him. Teasley around the right end, and he's going to make a couple mid-miss. He's across the 25, down near the 20-yard line. About a 7-yard gain for Teasley.
Every time we get the honor of calling a Central high school football game, Reese, we get to watch Austin Teasley just make athletic play after athletic play. He is not a towering kid. He's not a big, heavy kid. He just is pure athlete. And when he gets the hands on the ball, you can guarantee he's going to one of the other end zones, and he's going to make a difference. And so far, it's all Austin.
2nd and 4. Malt the 21-yard line. Woods out of the shotgun. Now Richards motions out of the backfield, swinging out to Richards' right side. He'll make a man miss to the 20 and bounces off a tackler. I believe he has enough for the first down. After that initial miss, Dan, he stepped inside the 20, maybe to the 19-yard line. That should be enough for the first down. It all depends on where they're going to spot this. They spot it at the 18-yard line.
Ben Magi coming up for the Natrona Mustangs there to make a good stick. You're right, Tyrone did have a nice little sweet move there, dodge back inside. But Magi brought every pound that he's got behind him as a strong linebacker and made a good stick there too, putting the Indians in a 3rd and 1 situation.
I'll go full house, and big man Cody Witt stands just to the right of Owen Woods as they go heavy. Just one receiver split wide to the left. That's Teasley. Woods out of the shotgun. Woods gives to Witt. Witt, big hole. He just follows that offensive line as he picks up the first down. He's across the 15, inside the 15, down near the 13-yard line. So Cody Witt picks up the fresh 4 for the Indians.
And right now the Indians are figuring out who's cutting hay for them, and it's this offensive line. Right now they're just playing bully football up front, doing a nice job of pushing the Mustangs out of the way, creating some nice gaps. Backs are hitting them fast and being productive with every yard. If the Central can roll with this all game long and Natrona can't figure out how to shut it down, it's going to be a long day for this front 5 for the defense.
1st and 10 for the Indians from the Natrona 14. 4:15 to play in the first. Inside give once again to Witt. He tries to find some running room just in between the guard and the tackle along the right side. He stumbles forward, picking up positive yards out near the 11-yard line.
Last week we were lucky enough to watch a big old back for Pine Bluffs High School gain some serious yards. Witt's even bigger than him. When Cody puts his head down, he's an absolute tank coming to that line, and he does not stop until there's 3 or 4 guys jumping on his back.
We'll call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Woods out of the shotgun, and Natrona jumping and knocking one of the Central offensive linemen onto his wallet, changing the snap count just enough and got Natrona to jump. Our first penalty of the game.
And if you're going to get a penalty right now, this is not the time to do it if you're the Mustangs. They were in the 2nd and long 5. Now they're going to be down to a 2nd real short 1, and they're on the 5-yard line. You really put pressure on your defense with that penalty.
2nd and 1 from the 5. Woods out of the shotgun. Cody Witt just to his right. Full house in Teasley, the lone wideout, split out wide left. Woods takes the snap. Witt right up the middle. Witt is hit at the 3, spins away and lunges forward down to maybe the 1-yard line. And Cody Witt just kind of spinning away from that initial tackle and works his way down to the 1-yard line. A 4-yard gain. 1st and goal from the 1.
And we would not be surprised to see Cody with that football get in his hands. He has been the short yardage productive back for the Indians all season long. He stands next to the quarterback Woods, and you can guarantee he's coming nose first, shoulder pads first, and he's going to fight for every inch into that end zone.
Witt just to the left of Woods. Woods under center. Woods under center now. Woods will take the snap and turn and give it off to Wood right side, and he is in. That is a Central Indian touchdown. The 1-yard plunge from Cody Witt, who was the workhorse, and the Indians on the board first here.
And Natrona tried to do a little bit of a defensive slide to the right, which created some holes on their left side, and that's exactly where Central ran the ball. So Natrona actually made that simpler for the Indians to get in the end zone. Cody didn't even get touched.
Patterson on for the PAT. Bobbled the snap, and the snap is up, and it is no good. The snap was bobbled. I don't know if it was actually low or just hit the holder in the hand end, but the PAT is no good.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong on an extra point kick, and that's one of them. And I do agree with you, Reese. I think the holder just had a little bit of struggle getting the hands correctly on the ball. And once a kick is so fast, once you make a mistake, it's over.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. Indians leading the Mustangs 6-0 with 2:47 to play in the first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. You're watching and listening to high school football at 1480 K-Ray.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
So 25, that would be a 14. Welcome back to Riske Field. A 6-0 lead. The Indians leading the Casper-Natrona Mustangs with 2:47 to play on the Pepsi scoreboard. Cody Witt, the 1-yard touchdown run. Dane Patterson, the high end over kick that will be fielded at the 1-yard line by the Mustangs to the 20, to the 25, and out near the 30-yard line. That was Brody Wilcox. Will put the Mustangs in decent field position here for their second possession of the first quarter.
Central defense doing a really good job on that first drive on Natrona, just playing smart football, sound, fundamental football, good clean tackles. They've got to continue that this drive and establish some dominance early in this football game.
1st and 10 at their own 30. Kai Olson up under center. The deep back, one in the I formation, bobbled the snap and turn and hand to Wilcox, and Wilcox had a full head of steam. He's across the 35, gonna drag a pile out near the 37-yard line. They'll spot him at the 38, an 8-yard gain for Wilcox.
And that's Wilcox's job. He averages about 62 yards a game, has 4 touchdowns on the season rushing, and on top of that, he's also their number 1 ranked defender. So he is a football player, and he will bring his game against these Indians.
I think that may have been Patton True, Dan. I got the wrong guy, so it may have been Patton True. Yeah, and give it back to True. True right side, and True is going to have the first down, and then some. He's across the 40 and stumbles forward out near the 43-yard line.
Well, True right now, he's truly running well because he looks good both sides off the right side. Big gains for the Mustangs. The Indians right now have got to bring their defensive backs up a little bit tighter. Natrona doesn't appear any threat to pass right now. They're pretty happy to run. So the Indians are going to have to just tighten up a little bit and shut down those off-tackle runs.
1:53 to play in the first quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Now Wilcox is in as Olson works out of the shotgun. Give it to Wilcox. Wilcox trying to find some running room, just carrying the pile forward. Brody Wilcox showing some strength in those legs as he carries the pile forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Indians came out man-to-man defensive backs setup, so they were bringing extra linebackers, anticipating that up front run. But Natrona did a great job of everybody getting to their block, and then, of course, as you said, Reese, running back there just putting his shoulder pads down and guaranteeing a few extra yards for the Mustangs.
Right near midfield at the Mustang 48-yard line, Wilcox, the deep back, stands right behind Olson in the pistol formation. Now Natrona will set 2 blocking backs up just behind the line of scrimmage to the right. Olson to Wilcox. Wilcox up the middle, just following that big offensive line again, just carrying the pile forward. He's across the 50 into plus territory out near the 46-yard line.
And there's nothing cute about how he runs the football. He is absolutely a power, straight-ahead running back. You can just see his eyes. When good running backs run, their heads are on this big rotation. His head actually moves very little because he's just determined to gain direct, straightforward yards, and his linemen, boy, they stay anchored to the ground and keep driving. Right now, the Indians have got to find some fight in them.
Inside of a minute, this has been a very fast-moving first quarter. Olson out of the shotgun. 2 H-backs. Olson right up the middle to Wilcox. He's across the 45. Down near the 44-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain for Brody Wilcox.
And it's nice to see Carson Scholl. He's a big kid for the Indians out there, 6'2", 205. He did a nice job of shutting that hole down real quick, stepped into it, made a wrap-up, and then the Indians have been really good this year, gang tackling 4 or 5 guys on that play.
2nd and 8 from the 44-yard line of the Indians. Olson. And they'll work this one off to Wilcox right side, and there's nothing cute about what Natrona is doing right now. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. 6-0, Indians lead the Mustangs. Final game of the regular season. Winner stays at home for the playoffs. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is high school football. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
Welcome back to Riske Field. The first quarter just flying by. Central with 2 offensive possessions, one of them resulting in a touchdown. The PAT was no good. Natrona still in the midst of their second offensive possession. They're driving. This drive started on their own 30-yard line, and they've worked it down to the Central 40. It'll be 3rd and about 4 from the Central 40-yard line. Natrona takes the field. Kenai Olson, the quarterback, he'll work out of the shotgun, and just behind him is Brody Wilcox in the pistol. And again, 2 up-backs blocking, just kind of in an H-back position there, Dan. And they're just extra offensive linemen standing behind the offensive line is essentially what they are.
Yeah, if you're old school football, you call this a power eye. And they are just looking to put heavy blocking into the right side of the line.
Olson, hands off to Wilcox right side. He has some room, and he's upended out near the first down. He has the first down as he's across the 40. Going to be, well, no, not the first down. I was looking at the wrong one. That's going to be just short, about a yard short.
Austin Teasley doing a great job of coming up from his defensive back position as well. Got low, cut his legs out from underneath him, and dropped him a yard short. Natrona right now and stuck in that weird place of field goal, punt, go for it. They don't want to turn the ball over here. They've got to be productive, and the Indians have to stand strong right now.
4th and 1, and the Mustangs appear to be going for it. Now, remember, Kenai Olson is their punter. Wilcox in the pistol, and here comes some flags flying that'll blow this play dead before it even got off. And it would look like just a handoff to Wilcox right up the gut. Let's see what the flag is and if this will push it back, and if that changes Steve Harshman's mind on whether or not he wants to go for it or punt it from deep inside Central territory. It is a false start, and it'll back it up to the 42 of the Indians.
Steve Harshman is one of the longest tenured coaches in Wyoming, highly respected across the state, has multiple state titles, and produces some great football players. Let's talk about Logan Wilson, linebacker, well, maybe soon to be former linebacker to the Cincinnati Bengals. Steve has put programs together, and he will get on these kids about that. Those 2 simple mistakes are now 5-yard penalties really hurting the Mustangs.
Olson stands right around his own 45 to punt it his way. Keenan Dennison, his own 10 to receive for the Indians. And it is a low snap and nearly blocked, and Olson does get it off, and Dennison will let it drop. It'll take a Natrona drop, roll down inside the 5, still rolling, and will be down at the 1-yard line. What a punt from Kenai Olson as Central. Well, their backs are going to be up against in the shadow. Not that there's any sun. There is no shadows on the field right now. At their own 1-yard line.
And, you know, Kenai wants to make all sorts of plays, but he will think of that punt more. We'll talk about that on Monday. Man, think of the kick I put right on the 1-yard line. Punters don't get a lot of celebration, but he can celebrate that one.
1st and 10 at their own 1. Owen Woods brings his guys out. Woods will line up in the shotgun about 3 yards deep in the end zone. Looks like there might be a little bit of confusion on the Indians' part right now. Cody Witt stands back there as well. Now Woods is going to be up underneath center. Woods will take the snap. He'll hand off to Cody Witt, and a huge collision right at the goal line. And I believe Witt powered his way forward out of the end zone, back out to the original line of scrimmage, to the 1, maybe picked up a yard, but boy, what a big hit right at the goal line.
I didn't catch that number, but you're right, Reese. There was probably 4 or 5 Mustangs in on that, and that's one of those plays where all the kids on defense want to scream safety, but the officials rightfully have to give the running back his forward progress, and while Cody went backwards in the end zone, he did gain a yard, or half a yard.
Woods under center, and at the deep back is Cody Witt. Woods wants to pass, drops back, and he fires left, got his man. It's complete out near the 5-yard line. It's complete to Teasley, and it'll be about a 3-yard gain as they just slung it out to the left side to Austin Teasley.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they would do a little bit of a fake and go on that, use Austin's speed to get out there and get accelerated, maybe throw it over the top of the defensive back's head, but instead choosing to just do a little swing pass, and that defensive back did a nice job of reading that, wrapping up, and keeping minimum damage.
Ball on the 4-yard line. 3rd and 7. Woods out of the shotgun, Witt just to his left. Now the double cadence, he'll look to the sideline, and the Natrona fans here rocking Riske Field with the foot stomping. Our box is shaking up here. Woods on the reverse, finds Damana. Damana will get it across the 5, out near the 6-yard line.
And this actually worked out okay for the Indians. It pushes them out 5 yards, 6 yards out of the end zone. Now Patterson can actually kick the ball a little more comfortable, 12, 15-yard distance. Can't go all the way back to his normal 15, but he's got a little bit of space here, and he can make a little better kick off this.
And back deep to receive is Wilcox. He stands at the central 45-yard line. Patterson, low snap, and Patterson will bang it out of there, and it is a high end-over-ender. Fielded at the 45 by Wilcox to the 40. Makes one man miss. He's going to be brought down at the central 35-yard line. Under a little bit of heat. Good job by Patterson to get as much onto that as he did.
He did. That's and Patterson's his older brother Brock, longtime kicker for Central. Both kids have spent a lot of time understanding how to kick field goals and punt. Their dad has helped them at this age, we'll call it earn your living with their legs. And so they've done a great job and done a lot of kicks over the last 5 or 6 years for the Indians.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the Indians, 35-yard line. Battle for the 4 and 5 seed going into the playoffs. The winner stays at home for the playoffs in the first round. Olsen out of the shotgun, gives out, and he's going to keep it himself and fire. He's got his man to the near side at the 30, going to be brought down and just staying on his feet. That's going to be out near a first down to the 25-yard line, and it will be a first down.
Nice little play by the Mustangs there. Ran that fake run. The play they've run several times in a row now. Looked just like that, but the quarterback wisely rolled out to his right, or to his left, sorry. Rolled out to his left, found his receiver just out in a little flat route, and did a nice job of picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 25. Swing play. Olsen out of the shotgun. One man in motion. That's Wyatt Homer. Homer will set up left. Give it off to, and that is Patton True, a spin move inside the 20, and Patton True is going to be brought down near the 10-yard line. What a nice spin move by Patton True to pick up the first down and set up 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
Really nice job of athleticism there. Patton accelerated his left. He, got out there. Patton's a 6'3", 213 kid, so he has that athletic build. Did a nice spin on the first linebacker there, and then, of course, big yards for the Mustangs.
1st and goal for the Mustangs now from the central 6-yard line. Olsen fakes the give. He's going to keep it himself right side, and boy, he held on to that, and a flag comes flying in late. This might be a face mask on the central tackler.
Yeah, I think Jack Damana was trying to pretty much make a touchdown stop tackle there. Got a little enthusiastic. He reached up with his right hand, got some face mask, spun the real quarterback down by it. That's going to be a personal foul, half the distance.
And Kenai Olsen, Dan, a lot of times you don't see a quarterback hang on to the give that long. He rode it, and pulled it, and a lot of times you see that pop out.
Yeah, definitely a really nice read option there, and you got to love a quarterback who's got a good grip on the football and is able to control that, because that defense then is left guessing who's got the football, and that went to the benefit of the Mustangs.
1st and goal now at the 2-yard line after the penalty is marked off half the distance. Olsen under center. Olsen to Patton True, and he'll dive in over the right side, and that is a Mustang touchdown to tie this one up. And Patton True, the 2-yard dive in.
Nothing cute about either of these offenses right now, Reese. We've seen, I think, 1 or 2 passes out of both teams, and the rest is just smash mouth, pounded up the middle football, exactly what these two teams are designed to do.
Big extra point here. Central missed their extra point. Paddock wearing the green shoes on for the PAT. Kenai Olsen will hold. The snap. is high. Olsen gets it down, and the kick is on the way. And a great job by Kenai Olsen to bring that high snap down. And the PAT is good. Natrona takes the 1-point lead, 7-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard with 7:34 to play in the first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. 30-second timeout. You're listening and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
That's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes, let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
7-6, the Mustangs, after the good punt return, go 30 yards for the score. It's capped by a patent-true 2-yard touchdown plunge. And Paddock on to kick this one away. Back deep to receive for the Indians, standing right near their own goal line, Tyrone Richards and Austin Teasley. Neither one of them can break a game open with a big play. It is a low end-over-ender that will sail into the end zone. And Central, after the touchback, will take over with their possession. 1st and 10 from their own 20. High school football on 1480 K-Ray, brought to you in part by Pepsi, bringing you our scoreboard. The break stop at 1622 East Lincoln Way. Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, First Tier Bank, Advanced Comfort Solutions, Gill Windows and Shutters, and the Coin Shop.
And I think with 7 minutes left here, there's two things Central would love to do. First off, eat up this clock. Secondly, they'll put at least 3, if not 7 points on the board. They've got to make a statement going into the halftime.
Woods will work out of the shotgun with receivers split off to either side, and a little shuffle pass. He'll just get this one off inside to Tyrone Richards. Richards tries to break it around left end. He does. He finds a lot of yardage. So that's technically a little shuffle pass or just a toss right in the front.
Yeah, you hate to say call those pass completions, but technically by the rule they are pass completions. Pass of 1 yard, gain of 12 or whatever it was there. And that was pretty nifty little simple pass play. There was nothing fancy about that, but a productive run by the running back.
About a 20-yard gain. It was Richards that received that.
They are on the 40, yep.
Woods out of the shotgun. Witt stands just to his right. 3 receivers to the left. And now Woods with the quarterback draw will just lower his head. He's across the 40, out near the 43-yard line. Owen Woods just taking it and going. We saw Austin Teasley make a lot of yards against East with that same play. There will be a gain of about 2 for Woods. 2nd and 8.
I think Central right now does have to turn to those linemen up front and say make a difference. Natrona's not doing anything fancy, but they are anticipating runs, so every lineman's got to do his job that's wearing a red helmet right now.
Woods out of the shotgun with Richards to his right. He'll give it to Richards. Richards, a lot of running room to the right side. He'll cut back across the 45, out near midfield, and falls forward into positive territory. He's out near the 49-yard line.
It drives you crazy as a coach, too, when a running back doesn't actually hit the hole that you blocked for him. But in that case, Richards did a great job of getting outside, cutting up field, and creating his own yards there. But the lineman did. I saw a couple of them turn back, look at him like, dude, we were blocking. Come up our hole. We look good when you follow us. Stay behind us.
It is enough for a first down as the Indians now in Natrona territory at the 49-yard line. Woods out of the shotgun. Richards just to his right. And the give off to Richards. Richards left side following that big offensive line. He's going to be hit and driven backwards as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe his progress will give him a yard.
You're right. Richards jumped on Caden Tafoya, rode him like a horse there, held right onto the back of his jersey. But Ben Magi, again, for the Natrona Mustangs, flying up from his linebacker position and put a nice stick on Richards to keep minimal damage.
2nd and 10, a no gain as Robbie Calvert now will split off wide right. 2 receivers, Calvert and Dennison. Both split off wide right, 2 to the left, now in motion, and fake the give, and Woods going to keep it himself, or was that actually Teasley running the quarterback there?
That was
no,
Woods.
that was Woods.
Yep.
Woods will fight his way forward for about a 3-yard gain. We'll give him a gain of 2.
Got to give a little credit to Natrona's Jay Spears out there, 6'2", 245-pound defensive lineman. The lineman for Central in front of him pulled and went to their left, and Chase just did a great job of penetrating in and actually tripping up Woods before anything else could really happen.
3rd, 7 for the Indians at the 47-yard line of the Mustangs. 3 receivers, wide right, 1 left. Richards in the backfield, just to the right of Woods out of the shotgun. He'll drop straight back to pass. Looks, fires right, and it's going to be picked off. Threw it right to one of the Mustangs who just was back there. They got back deep. That is Royce Jorgensen with the interception.
Mustangs anticipating a pass play, as they should have in that situation. Dropped 3 guys, went into a cover 3, had a center fielder and 1 guy deep right, 1 guy deep left, and Owen really couldn't find that gap to throw the football into, kind of floated it out there, and unfortunately just didn't put enough on it, and Natrona was able to step in front of that and get the ball right back.
It's big turnover. Mustangs with a 7-6 lead on the Pepsi scoreboard. 4:27 to play in the first half. Kenai Olsen sends one in motion. That's Cox, and he'll get him and give it right up the middle to Wilcox. He's going to be spun around as he crosses the 50. Has enough for a first down as he gets out near the 46-yard line. About a 13-yard gain.
Conrad Prescott coming over from his linebacker position, his left linebacker, to make the tackle on the right side. Conrad really had to hustle to get over there, too. He did a good job of getting his hands on him, but, boy, I'll tell you what, Natrona right now is feeling it. They're going to be really pushing these Indians, and they've got to stand up tall, and they've got to fight back right now.
1st and 10 from the Indian 47. Up underneath center is Olsen. Olsen fakes the give. He's going to roll right and looks to pass. He does. He fires. He's got his man across the middle to the 30, down to the 25-yard line.
Nice little effective tight end drag there. Richie Park out there at his left tight end threw a couple blocks, then he just drifted into where the linebackers had vacated. There was no one within about 10 yards of him, Reese. That was a really easy completion for the Mustangs. The Indians have got to clean that play up.
I believe that might have been Wyatt Homer on the reception. Mustangs not in any hurry right now. Going to give off to Patton True. True right up the gut as he crosses the 25 down to the 23-yard line. He's just a load. Patton True, 6'3", 213, 2-yard gain for Patton True.
And he runs bigger than that. You look out there, you think he weighs about 230. The kid has got some muscle on him, big, thick arms, thick legs, and really you just tell he is just pure athlete.
Olsen out of the shotgun. Right behind him is Wilcox. Now Olsen will come up underneath center. Olsen gives it off to Wilcox. He's hit right as he gets to the line of scrimmage and bounces off the initial tackler and fights his way forward, still on his feet, and now everybody pushing forward. And the officials finally come in and blow the whistle as Patton True will pick up about 2 or 3 yards.
You know, sometimes when you're an old linebacker like me, you remember those days when you just wanted that one big hit, and you came up and tried to do your best to just devastate the running back. Cody Witt, coming up from his linebacker spot there, really created some massive impact and stopped the running back. But unfortunately, the impact was so big, Cody ended up peeling off the tackle and missed it, giving up about an extra 4 yards. Cody needs to bring another hit like that, but this time just wrap up and get him down.
7-6, Natrona with the lead, 2:07 to play in the first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. In a timeout as Natrona coming to the sideline, and Central will retreat to their own sideline as well. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Tired of watching your savings sit still? At First Tier Bank, we work hard to keep our CD rates at or the top of the market because your money deserves more. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just Cheyenne banking with real returns. Visit firsttierbanks.com or stop by one of our Cheyenne branches today, downtown at 18th and Cary or Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne. First Tier Banks, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Riske Field. The first turnover of the game goes to Natrona as they pick off Owen Woods, and now on the drive, leading the Indians 7-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard with 1:59 to play in the first half. Natrona will have it 3rd and 5 at the Indian 21-yard line. Reese Monaco along with the mayor, Dan Morris, and right now, Steve Harshman is not in any hurry, Dan. He just wants to run this clock, and he wants to get into the locker room with whatever lead that he can, and he wants to control the ball. You don't want the ball to we've seen him throw one pass, just a couple of passes. They've just been rollouts and finding guys on the wings and across the middle.
And Steve has been well known for that over the years. He plays his kids where they should be played, and he plays them in a style of football they should play. And he understands right now that this team is a power, and it's running backs that are gaining yards, and that's exactly what he's living by.
Olsen will work out of the shotgun. Wilcox stands just to his left. Fake the give to Wilcox, and Olsen's going to keep it himself as he fights his way forward out to the 20-yard line, maybe down to the 19, a 2-yard gain.
Kanai is not a little guy either. He's 6'2", almost 200 pounds as a quarterback. That only gives him a little bit of strength and power to come when he gets to be tackled, but he's also looking over the top of a lot of the other kids, and he's able to see the backfield, see the defensive backfield, see the linebackers, and able to find some nice cuts. He's a heck of an athlete.
That'll set up a big 4th down here for Natrona. 4th and a long 3. Gavin Paddock is the kicker, and Natrona just letting the clock tick down. Now Kanai Olsen just standing on the near sideline discussing what the play may be, and Natrona is content to just let this wind down and then call a late timeout before they have to take the penalty. And now Natrona will come to the near sideline, Central to the far sideline. 4th, we'll call it 3 down from the 19-yard line of the Indians following the pick. And in games like this, as you get down towards playoffs, turnovers are a huge, huge thing. And Natrona coming up with the first one, looking to go up by 2 scores.
Well, we've talked about it, lots of games that we've done together over the years, Reese, that it's really lots of times it comes down to the team that flinches first. Right now you have Central with the turnover, and that's holding a lot more weight than the 2 penalties that Natrona's had that have put them in punting situations. Right now the Indians have got to clean up the littlest mistakes, and they've got to come back to that successful power football they had up front. But this play right here, it would be great to get the ball back here. This is 4th and 4. Natrona's not afraid to kick the ball. But, boy, you take a timer out here and you're taking this much time in the huddle, you're kind of wondering what are they up to. Steve Harshman's not afraid or shy about going for a little bit of trickery, but he's also not afraid to try to blast a 55-yard field goal either.
Yeah, and with Kanai Olsen, this would kind of be fake the give and boot, roll out. He's to give him the option, the run-pass option in this type of situation. Olsen will lead his guys out. It'll be Patton True in the pistol formation, standing behind Olsen, working out of the shotgun. Receivers split off to either side. Olsen takes the snap, he fakes the give, and he'll roll to the right, being chased, fires to the end zone, and it is caught! It is caught! That is a Mustang touchdown! Warren Williams with the 20 to 19-yard touchdown catch, and there you have it. Give him the run-pass option.
Well, and Central helped him out, too. They pulled up. They were pretty much just a run-stop defense there. They emptied out their defensive backfield with two cornerbacks and no safeties, pulled everybody up anticipating a run from the quarterback. Instead, receiver broke loose down the right side just on a simple jet to the corner and floated over the top. Touchdown Mustangs.
Now on for the PAT. Warren Williams with the touchdown catch. Paddock on for the PAT, again taking a lot of time and maybe changing their mind and going for 2 here, Dan, to make it an 8 points or 9 for that matter.
That would put a lot of pressure on the Indians too. They've got to find a way in this.
There you hear it. It was a substitution infraction on Central, 12 on defense. The penalty is declined. And now Natrona will line up for the PAT. 13-6, the Mustangs with the lead. The 19-yard touchdown pass from Kenai Olson to Orrin Williams. And the snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With 61 seconds to play in the first half, Natrona has taken a 14-6 lead. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
Welcome back to Riske Field. The Mustangs looking to claim the 4 seed, the winner of this game, the 4 seed going into next week's playoffs. The loser, the 5 seed. They will play each other once again, but the winner is at home, the loser on the road. 61 seconds to play in the first half, 14-6. Natrona with the lead over Cheyenne Central. Reese Monaco, Dan Morris here, and Gavin Paddock has it teed up at the 40. Teasley and Richards back deep to receive, standing at their own goal line. It is a low end over ender that Teasley will field in the end zone, and Central with 61 seconds left in the half looking to answer back here after the touchback, and this drive will start at their own 20-yard line.
And you don't want to see the Indians get desperate here and try to play plays that are not in their playbook, trying to do excessive passes or something crazy. But at the same time, we've talked about it in the pregame. This is a huge game for the Indians, and they've got to figure out a way to get the momentum back, and just gaining 9 yards here in 1 minute is not going to be the right feeling.
There is still an entire half to play. You don't want to make a costly mistake here that could put this thing out of reach heading into the second half. Woods takes the snap. He rolls right, fires, has his man. That's Teasley. Teasley will scamper out of bounds out near the 25-yard line. See where they'll spot this down. Maybe the 26, a 6-yard gain for the Indians.
And that's actually the best side of that, is that Austin was wise enough to not only catch the ball, gain a couple extra yards, but he also stepped out of bounds and made sure when he was tackled he was going out so that could stop the clock. Right now Central's all about time control.
Second down for the Indians, and Woods will work out of the shotgun. Woods drops straight back. Woods fires right. He has his man and dropped in the field of play. And the completion for the Indians.
Wide homer for the Natrona Mustangs, doing a nice job of keeping the receiver in bounds too. Wyatt came up, wrapped really tight around his waist, drug his legs down underneath him and cut him down before he could get to the sideline to stop the clock.
It is a first down. The completion to Teasley.
Looks like the Indians are going to burn a timeout here, Reese.
Clicking down to 52 seconds, and the Indians do take a timeout. We'll just keep it right here, Dan. And again, right now is I can understand wanting to move the ball, give yourself an opportunity to score late in the half, but a mistake here. You cannot afford a big mistake.
Well, not only can you not afford it because of the situation, the ball will be on your own 30-yard line, but there's got to be some momentum going into the locker room. You don't want to go into heads hanging and everybody pouting that things aren't going right. Central's got to at least feel some success here. Even if they don't reach the end zone, they've got to have some big yards here so they're walking and feeling good about their situation.
I haven't seen a lot of touches for Tyrone Richards. 5 rushes for Richards, only 18 yards, and Natrona doing a really good job of bottling him up. We've seen Richards with 2 receptions. Woods will work out of the shotgun. Richards stands just to his left. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 2 receivers, a wide to the left. In motion is Teasley. Teasley from right to left across the formation. Woods drops straight back. Here comes some pressure. Woods is flushed out. He drops the ball, and they'll pick it back up and diving for the loose ball. And down he goes as that Natrona defense is there as they throw Woods for about a 7 or 8 yard loss.
That was supposed to be a pretty simple fake the run and set your feet and throw ball, but Natrona had Matthew Benton in there. He's a senior at 6'2", 160. He got in there and disrupted things.
Woods drops straight to pass, fires left, and it goes off the hands of Teasley right near the sideline, near the 35-yard line. If it was caught, it wouldn't have been enough for the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and 19 from their own 22-yard line for the Indians, and it stops the clock with 20 seconds to play.
What makes this hard for the Indians right now is Natrona's dropping 6 and 7 kids into coverage, counting on their front 3, 4, 5 kids to do their job. And right now, Natrona's doing a great job of staying spread out and not giving any open seams to the Indians.
Teasley and Calvert will split off to the right. Woods will work out of the shotgun. Woods takes the snap. It gives off to Richards. Richards left side, big hole. Richards into the open. Richards across the 30. He'll dive forward out to the 32-yard line. About a 10-yard game for Tyrone Richards. It gives Central a little bit of breathing room, and they can. Central will call the timeout. Their second. That will stop the clock with 13 seconds and bring up 4th down.
And this is a hard play, too. You're talking 4th and 9 from your own 31. You want desperately to get a first down. You desperately want to keep moving the football with only 13 seconds left. But, boy, turn it over right now, right here, and giving Natrona a shot or two to the end zone would be really shifting the attitude going into the second half. This has got to be a tough decision for Coach Apodaca.
Natrona has 1 timeout left, too. Well, Central does get this punt off, if that's what they're going to do, Dane Pedersen will come out and kick it away.
That's probably the wisest play right now.
All-out block attempt here for Natrona. Back deep to receive is Brody Wilcox. Wilcox will stand around his own 35-yard line. Pedersen right near his own 18 to punt this out of there. Snap is huge here. And Natrona lined up.
I'm actually kind of surprised Natrona even has a return man out there.
The snap is good, and here they come right up the middle and nearly got it, but Pedersen does get it off, and it takes a huge Central bounce as it rolls inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line, and what a huge punt for Dane Pedersen, and that will kill the clock. The Indians will go into the locker room trailing by 8, 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. We'll take a 4-minute timeout. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
The players return to the field. Up to bat are the Warriors. First up, number 7. There's the pitch. It's a hit, good for a single. Next, number 18. He swings, line drive to center field. 15 steps up, another hit. Bases loaded now as number 40 approaches the plate. It's headed for the fence. Grand slam, the Warriors win the game. Make it home safe. Buckle up, every passenger, every trip, every time.
Sometimes you're anticipating it. Sometimes it's unexpected. Occasionally it's something small. But most of the time, it's a pretty big deal. It's your best day ever. And Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is proud of the part we play in making each of them happen. Whether opening your first savings account or moving into your dream home, Meridian Trust is there for all your best days.
There are a lot of bad words in our vocabulary, including this 6-letter word, winter. Larry Prawdy from the Morning Pro Shop letting you know Old Man Winter is headed our way. So with that being said, it's time to get your vehicles ready for the bitter cold and snowy conditions by stopping into Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for your service work and minor repairs, from adding antifreeze to heating your car and everything in between. John and his excellent crew will help keep you motoring in any and all seasons. Plus, John is a TechNet professional, certifying he is one of the best in the country when it comes to taking care of your vehicle, big or small. Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, 604 West Lincoln Way, open Monday through Friday. Call and set up an appointment at 632-0498. Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, serving our area for well over 30 years. When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like Cheyenne Allstate agent Jason Gilbert, because he works every day to get people like you the coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Contact him for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate. I always get a kick when I see ads for a huge vault of silver they found, or they get their gold from a certain company. Hi, this is Larry Perotti for the Coin Shop in downtown Cheyenne. Family owned and operated since 1982. You can buy and sell your gold or silver, along with other precious metals, including palladium and platinum, at the Coin Shop each Tuesday through Friday. You'll always get top dollar for your gold or silver, as David Brockman has his eye on the precious metals market each day. So stop on by for a fair and honest appraisal of your precious metals, or give David a call and set up a time to stop by. You'll always find coin collections, collectible coins, proof and mini sets, and more today. So why wait for the others? Shop the Coin Shop in historic downtown Cheyenne at 510 West 16th Street, open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Or give them a call at 778-7196. Well, the gone hunting sign is on the door at the Coin Shop. That means David will be gone for the next 3 weeks, so keep it tuned right here to KYOY and K-Ray. We'll let you know when David Brockman's back.
Welcome back to Riske Field. Reese Monaco, Dan Morris at the half, and it is Casper-Natrona leading Cheyenne Central 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. And Dan, right now the big difference is the one turnover, the Central interception. Natrona turning it into points and the go-ahead touchdown to take this 8-point lead. And Central, after their first touchdown, missing the PAT, which could prove to be absolutely huge as this game wears on. And both teams offensively, I think, playing it fairly close to the vest and letting their strong defenses try to keep them in this game. And it's exactly the first half. It was a very fast first half, except for the end there when everybody decided to start taking timeouts and all that. But hard-hitting, physical game. Looked for both offenses to maybe come out with a little more, variety in the second half. But if you're Natrona, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, and I'm not sure there could be a lot of answers found in the locker room right now. This is a moment where both coaches are looking at their kids, and all you're asking them is, who wants this? Who wants this more? Because, as you said, statistically in this game, Reese, things are pretty much dead even. The scores are really close. You're talking the number 5 ranked offense is Central, 293 yards. The number 6 ranked Mustang offense, 275 yards. Hardly a difference. Defensively, Central's number 6 giving up 259. Natrona's number 3, but only gives up 246. Only 13 yards difference. So we're looking at two monsters of the same size, same height, same everything, and it's going to come down to, can East make up for one serious mistake in the first half, and then can they find that one play that's going to put them right back in the lead and put them in control of this game?
And these two teams will see each other again in next week. It's just a matter of whether it's going to be here at Riske Field or at Cheney Alumni Field up in Casper. The winner will be the 4 seed in the playoffs and play at home. The loser will have to go on the road. And let's just take a quick look at some unofficial halftime statistics for you. For Central, 16 carries, 16 rushes for 70 yards, and through the air, Owen Woods, 6 of 8, and that, of course, had that interception for 47 yards, so 117 total yards for the Indians in the first half. For Natrona, also 16 carries, 77 yards, and Kenai Olsen through the air, 4 for 5 for 49 yards and 126 total yards. So there you have it, 9 yards separating both these teams total for their total offense, and just a battle, a defensive struggle, and sometimes you see that individually. Let's just take a look at, we'll start with Natrona. For Olsen, he carried the ball 2 times for 7 yards. Wilcox, 7 carries, 38 yards. Cooper Cox, -3 on and also it was Patton True, 6 carries, 35 yards, including a 2-yard touchdown. And Kenai Olsen with 1 touchdown pass, a 19-yarder to Orrin Williams. That was his only reception. Cooper Cox, 1 catch for 11 yards, and Wyatt Homer, 1 catch for 19 yards. For the Indians, Tyrone Richards, 6 carries, 28 yards. Cody Witt, 6 carries for 17 yards, including the lone touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run for the Indians. Austin Teasley, 2 carries, 17 yards. Jack Damana with 1 carry for 2 yards. And Owen Woods, 4 carries for 6. Of course, he had more than that, but that one big sack taking away a lot of his yardage. And receiving, Austin Teasley, 3 catches for 16. Robbie Calvert, 1 catch for 19. Tyrone Richards, 2 carries for 22 yards. And those are just some of the statistics for you. Scoring recap, Central got on the board first as their drive started at the Natrona 38-yard line after a great punt return from Dennison, and then they punched it in on the 1-yard Witt touchdown run. The PAT was no good, so that made it Central 6-0. And then Natrona comes back with their own touchdown drive that started at the Central 35-yard line. Patton True, the 2-yard plunge. The PAT was good. That made the score 7-6 with 7:35 to play in the first half. Then the turnover, the big play of the game. Central throwing the interception, and Natrona returning it back to their own 42-yard line, and they punched it in, and then it was capped by the Kenai Olsen 19-yard touchdown pass. The PAT good. That made the score 14-6 with 1:01 to play in the first half, and Central just running out the clock, capped by we believe it was a 64-yard punt from Dane Pedersen to end that half, Dan. Took a heck of a Central bounce and just rolled deep. It's too bad that you can't start the second half with Natrona in that field position at their own 5-yard line.
And Dane would like to remind you that nobody asks how far did it go in the air. That was a fantastic kick, Dane. Excellent job. We'll take the roll.
Yeah, and now Central did receive the ball, and Natrona deferred to the second half, and Central received the kick in the opening in the first half. So Natrona will have the ball to start play in the second half, and it'll put that Central defense out there, and that is going to be a big series for the Central defense to try and turn around and get that ball back into the hands of their offense. We're going to take another 4-minute timeout. When we come back, maybe we'll have some scores from around the state. A 4-minute timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray. At the half, Natrona leading Central 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. We're back in 4 minutes.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Suddenly it's all so clear. what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill windows.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
Sometimes you're anticipating it. Sometimes it's unexpected. Occasionally it's something small. But most of the time, it's a pretty big deal. It's your best day ever. And Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is proud of the part we play in making each of them happen. Whether opening your first savings account or moving into your dream home, Meridian Trust is there for all your best days.
The players return to the field. Up to bat are the Warriors. First up, number 7. There's the pitch. It's a hit, good for a single. Next, number 18. He swings, line drive to center field. 15 steps up, another hit. Bases loaded now as number 40 approaches the plate. It's headed for the fence. Grand slam, the Warriors win the game. Make it home safe. Buckle up, every passenger, every trip.
The Brake Stop in Casper and Cheyenne is your locally owned brake specialist for over 20 years. ASE certified. We always offer 100% free brake inspection, free tire rotations, and now offering a free alignment check. So for the best brakes, best service, and always the best price, stop at the Brake Stop. See our website and social media for exclusive deals.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
So is he paying for that? Welcome back to Riske Field. Reese Monaco, Dan Morris here at the half, and the Casper-Natrona Mustangs leading Cheyenne Central 14-6. And Dan, you got a couple scores from around the state?
I do. Let's check out the statewide Pepsi scoreboard. Our friends across the county here at 1A 9-man, number 1 ranked Pine Bluffs, putting it all over the Southeast Yoder Cyclones, 54-0. This is, I believe, every game is at halftime now, Reese. In two-way action, Burns beating Moorcroft 14-2. And I'm going to bet that wasn't actually a safety. That was probably a missed punt or something like that. Here in 4A action, of course, we're sitting here with Central and Natrona face each other. Natrona, number 5 ranked, Natrona up 14-6 on the number 4 ranked Central Indians. Up north, number 1 Sheridan put into Laramie 21-0. Across town, big game. Number 3 ranked Campbell County leading number 2 ranked Cheyenne East 14-13 at halftime. And then the final, well, I shouldn't say the final game. The other game tonight, Rock Springs up 7-3 on Kelly Walsh. And Thursday night, Thunder Basin beat South High 55-6. That is your statewide Wyoming High School Pepsi scoreboard.
This on the Pepsi scoreboard here, 14-6, and that's a big one across town between East and Campbell County. The winner of that one will be the number 2 seed going into the playoffs. So the final weekend here, a lot to be determined at this point. What we do know right now, as far as the playoff picture goes down, Sheridan is in, Campbell County is in, East is in, Central is in, Natrona is in, Thunder and Laramie are in. The only one that is out at this point is Cheyenne South. Kelly Walsh and Rock Springs. Winner of that one will be the 8th seed going into the first round of the playoffs. So that's what we know about the playoff picture. The only other thing that is set is that Sheridan is the number 1 seed.
And well deserved. We've watched Sheridan all season long. They're a machine up there. They just produce year after year successful teams that know how to play football. They know how to win championships. And we talk about one of possibly the best runs ever in high school football. Well, the Sheridan Broncs may be it. But I'll tell you what, there's 2 teams right here tonight and 2 teams across town in Campbell County and East. One of them really want a piece of the Broncs.
Historically, you've talked about Steve Harshman and just, his resume in the state of Wyoming, his Hall of Fame career here in the state of Wyoming. Natrona, historically under Steve Harshman, this is the time of year where if they hadn't played great throughout the season, this is the time of year, a lot of the years that they've got to the state championship games or even won state championships, that you've seen them pick up their level of play.
Harshman he wins for a reason. He is a brilliant coach. He's long time here. He recognizes not only talent on his team, but the talent on the opponent's team. I've talked about him for years, and I think he's one of the toughest coaches to play a second time. And the Indians talk about a tall task when you have to play him this week and next week and possibly up at their house. That's a really tough thing to do. And Steve Harshman is no dummy. He hasn't won championships because of just luck. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's got a heck of a staff, and he's got a heck of a program.
And he knows how to use his personnel to his advantage. And, this might not be the biggest Natrona team that we have seen in the past.
I got a little bit of an update for you, Reese. A friend of ours just messaged me from across town. Campbell County hit a wide-open Hail Mary right at halftime, and they are up now on East High 21-13 just as time ran out.
Oh, wow. That is big. So you have Campbell County leading by 8 across town at Oakey Blanchard Stadium, and you have Casper-Natrona leading by 8 here at Riske Field. And now Central just working their way out onto the field. Natrona has been out for a few minutes, and they'll put an extra 3 minutes on the Pepsi scoreboard here too, which I absolutely love each and every time they do that.
Just call this Monaco time.
Well, see, there's a minute and a half left on the clock right now. They're going to let that wind down and then add 3 more minutes. Just stop it right now and put the 3 minutes on, and let's get this over with. And Doug, back at the studios, our K-Ray studios, we're going to take a 3-minute timeout, We'll be back with the second half. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
The new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek is built for adventure with symmetrical all-wheel drive and Subaru reliability you can count on. Right now, drive one home with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months or 1.9% APR for 60 months. Adventure starts here. Experience the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek today. Financing on approved credit, length of contract, and terms may vary. See dealer for details. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025.
Experience the holiday difference at Halliday Subaru.
Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange serves up breakfast, lunch, and dinner each Monday through Saturday. And at Chick-fil-A, they don't have to stray from their menu. They're proud of what they do all the time. Chicken. Check them out online at CheyenneChicken.com and have them cater your next event. Use the convenient drive-thrus, come inside, or use the Chick-fil-A app to do your next order. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes,
that's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Hey guys, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends at Advanced Comfort Solutions. These guys are by far your number one choice for all your local heating and cooling needs. Whether it's new install, replacement, or service, they are as good as it gets. They service all makes and models of furnaces and have an incredible comfort membership you're going to want to check out. Let the comfort professionals at Advanced Comfort Solutions help keep you and your family warm and worry-free this winter. Give them a call at 778-4911 or visit their website at advancedcomfortwy.com and let them show you why they are your number one choice.
October is Fraud Awareness Month, a reminder to stay alert and protect your information. Hi, this is
I'm
Aaron
Barbie
Bentley
Joan
with
McGraw.
Platte Valley
Whether
Bank.
it's
If you get a call, text, or an email asking for your PIN, password, or account number, that's not your bank. At Platte Valley Bank, we'll never ask for sensitive information through text or email, and we'll never pressure you to act fast. If something feels off, hang up or delete it. Then call us directly. Staying safe from fraud is a team effort, and we're on your team. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
Welcome back to Riske Field. Second half just about ready to get underway here. Reese Monaco alongside Dan Morris, and the Indians trailing the Casper-Natrona Mustangs 14-6. The 4 and 5 seed in the playoff on the line as the state playoffs start next week. The road to Laramie essentially starting right now as far as seeding goes, and see if somebody can step in and snap that Sheridan streak, which I believe now is at 51 straight, 52
games.
straight games.
50, yep.
Well,
53.
Once you get past 50, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just redundant. Just call us champs. I mean, it's somebody, and they are the giant. I mean, holy smokes! We've watched Bronx for years now, Reese, and they know how to play football. Those kids buy into that program. They show up here as athletes, and boy, they know how to play. It's an amazing team to watch.
Wilcox and Jimmy Mortimer back deep to receive. The Dane Pedersen kick has it teed up at the 40. Pedersen will be kicking from right to left across your radio dial or your computer screen, however you may be viewing the game, whatever platform you may be on. And Pedersen's a kickoff, a high end over ender that will bounce near the 5, and Mortimer will take it off the bounce at the 2. Mortimer to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, is going to be knocked out of bounds right near the 28-yard line.
Really important for the Indians right now to not let the Mustangs establish any kind of a rhythm or just a clock-eating long drive. The Indians did a nice job in that first half on a couple of drives of bowing their backs and standing tall against the Mustangs. They've got to do that right now, reestablish dominance in this game, and get the ball back, get down there and get some points on the board.
Well, they'll give him the 29, so that's where the drive will start at the 29. 1st and 10 at their own 29. Kenai Olson out of the shotgun. Olson with Wilcox just to his left. Give it to Wilcox. Wilcox up the middle. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and here comes that central pursuit to throw him down.
And the ball squirted out there last second. Austin Teasley was eyeing a touchdown, but the refs did blow the whistle. That was a really nice job. Defensively stepped up. Every kid in on the tackle, probably 8 out of the 11 kids in on it, and every guy came and wrapped up tight, drove hard. We were seeing Central taking steps backwards when they were getting blocked in the end of the first half. That play, everybody for Central held their ground and did a nice job of shutting down any of the gaps.
It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line. Receivers split off to either side. Olson out of the shotgun, and flags come flying from all over. Olson clapped his hands together. That's when the flags started coming. So a false start.
I've never been a big fan of the hand clap because every lineman is anticipating the go, and you're just waiting for that. And if it doesn't have that natural rhythm to it, your body already wants to go. Your brain doesn't yell stop in time, and you get that little head start that the Mustangs got. Simple 5-yard gift to the Indians.
Well, back it up 5. It'll be 2nd, and we'll call it 15 from the 25. Receivers off to either side. Olson out of the shotgun. Maggie in motion. He'll set up as the two backs kind of in the H-back spot. Toss left side. That's Wilcox. Wilcox looking to get around the corner left side. And the Central defense will string it out. Wilcox will get across the 25 out near the 30-yard line.
Give the credit of every one of those yards to Wilcox. There was no reason that he even picked up at any more than about 2 yards. The Indians did a great job of getting in there tight and squeezed it, but Wilcox just battled and kept finding little tiny gaps. Austin Teasley finally flew up there, gave him a real good smack in the mouth and knocked him back, kept that yardage to a minimum. Natrona now facing that 3rd and 7 situation.
First,
third and 8 even.
Yeah, third down at the 31-yard line. Natrona will send 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Olson out of the shotgun. Wilcox behind him in the pistol formation. Olson takes the pass, drops straight back, fires across the middle. He's got his man, and he's in that across the 50 to the 45 to the 40 to the 30 to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! That is a Cooper Cox touchdown as he goes 75 yards to pay dirt. Cooper Cox, 75 yards just across the middle, Dan, and 3 plays in, and Natrona is on the board.
That was a simple breakdown of your defensive coverage. Obviously, Cox coming off the left-hand side just did a quick across the middle, and as the defensive backs rolled back into coverage, he found that inside seam, caught the ball, and then it was just pure acceleration, beating every Indian to the end zone.
And Paddock on for the PAT. Olson will hold. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the PAT is good. The Mustangs taking a 20-6 lead as the second half is just underway here at Riske Field on the Pepsi scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 KRA.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
We welcome you back. 75-yard touchdown pass for the Natrona County Mustangs.
Cooper Cox, only 5'9", 150. Little guy, but boy, he got out there when he got the ball in the football. He got his hands on that football. That was an impressive speed there. There's not a lot of slow guys on Central's team, and not one of them could hang with him. He put it in 5th gear and absolutely burned rubber into the end zone. What a great run by that kid.
Back deep to receive, Teasley and Richards for Central, and now Central needs to get this offense going. 3 plays to start the half, and Natrona is in the end zone. A 75-yard touchdown pass, especially coming off of a penalty. It's a low liner that will sail into the end zone, and the Indians with the touchback will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, and it's really, in the sense, it's a tough game right now because technically you're 3 scores down. You've got to make up for that extra point. But the fact is that Central can be a very productive offense. Right now they've got to get the offensive linemen to do their job. Backs believe that they can gain yards, and 11 guys out there all in rhythm making things happen. And the Indians are capable of doing this. They just got to say, let's make it happen.
Indians, Owen Woods will bring him that out onto the field and see if they can get something going offensively here. And answer back, find themselves in a hole. Woods out of the shotgun, drops back, and he'll give it on the inside give on the left side, and breaking tackles out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. A nice run by Tyrone Richards. Will pick up about 15 yards.
Ty Reisdorfer and Garrett, Jack Garrett out there lead blocking on that right side. Did a good job of just creating a moving wall, and the running back fell in behind them. When he saw the seam inside, cut back and did a really nice pickup for the Indians.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Teasley in motion across the formation from left to right, and inside give to Richards, and Richards is going to be hit as he gets about 2 yards and driven backwards. Tyrone Richards didn't get a lot of touches in the first half, and sometimes you got to get the ball in the hands of your big play guys, but this Natrona team is really keying on Richards.
Yep, in that case, they were even anticipating, I think, a run to the right side because they actually brought their middle linebacker, they're running 3 linebackers, a defensive back that plays like a linebacker, but they pull out 2 of them right up on that left side and stuff those holes before the running back could even get through.
Woods out of the shotgun. Dennison in motion across the formation. Again, the inside give is Richards following up big Jack Garrett. Had his hand right on his back as he gets across the 40, out near the 42-yard line. And Garrett just coming out, and Richards right behind him with his hand on his back.
And that really wasn't a huge gain, great 5-yard pickup. But at the same time, as coaches, that's really what you want to see. Your linemen keep moving downfield, picking up blocks. Running backs get in their back pocket and stay there until you can see that big seam on the outside and get there. That was a really actually nice play right there.
Call it 3rd and 5, and Woods out of the shotgun. The Natrona crowd right near us here is really getting into this and trying to make this as difficult as they can for the Central offense. Woods drops straight back. Woods fires right, and he had his man out at the 45-yard line. That'll be very close to a first down. Was it complete? It looked like Robbie Calvert was there. It is complete out to the 41-yard line. If it is the 41, that could be the first down. Or the 46,
Mustangs are signaling 4th down, Reese. I think they're going to be about a half-yard short here. And no reason for the Indians to back off. You don't even think about a punt here. Sitting at your own 45-yard line, that's plenty of field to work with. And you've got some really good offensive skill kids. Put the ball in their hands, let them make a play.
4th and about a half yard at the 46-yard line. For the Indians, Teasley will split off wide left. He's got man-on-man over here. Teasley split wide left. Woods up underneath center. Woods turns, gives to the second man through, and that will be just enough for a first down. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, and there's Cody Witt.
Mr. Short Yardage, the tank, just absolutely built like not very many kids out there are. That kid brings a load, and when he's moving forward, there's no one going to stick him and stop him. He makes sure he's going to guarantee almost 2 yards every time he touches the ball, dreaming about getting 22 every time.
1st and 10 at the 46, their own 46. Woods out of the shotgun. Richards gets the shovel pass. Richards around right end, and Richard going to be hit and dropped. Trying to just find a little bit of running room around the right side after that little toss or the shovel pass forward. Maybe picked up 3 yards, 2-3 yards.
Natrona really is, I enjoy watching their defensive linemen because when they see the Central offensive linemen pull, they don't over-penetrate into that gap and get caught behind the running back. Instead, they flow and follow the linemen down the field. In that case, all 4 defensive linemen moved together, created a tough wall for the running back to get through.
Teasley split off wide left, and Wyatt Homer stands in front of him, the corner, giving him a lot of running room, and inside give, and looking to find some running room left side, and that is Richards. Richards breaks a tackle as he spins forward at the 45, out near a first down, crosses the 45 to the 44 of the Mustangs.
You heard the fake fan reaction. A few of the Natrona parents, I think, was holding on Jack Garrett. They really wanted that call. Jack got out there, was called on to, as he always is, seems to be the lead blocker. He got out there, reached out with his left hand, kind of just punched a Natrona player in the chest. Looked like holding, but Jack never grabbed hold of anything. There's nothing legal about that kind of contact. So Natrona parents have got to just take it, and here the Indians go, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 for the Indians now inside Natrona territory, in plus territory. Woods to Richards. Richards right side is going to be caught from behind and drugged down. He may be short of the first down by about a yard. I didn't see who came in from behind and made that play, but what a great defensive play to bring Richards down after they gave him the first down.
Yeah, and I think that was pat and true in there. I was kind of surprised, and I don't hate to criticize the kid, but I think Richards is almost waiting too long to anticipate a seam in that case. He really needed to understand it was just a yard or 2 pickup. put your shoulder pads down and go get the yardage, kiddo. He kind of went in there slow. He was lucky he gained that first down.
Ought to be a little closer than that. Teasley in motion from left to right across the formation. Out of the shotgun, it's Woods. Woods takes it, just heads straight up the middle. And he is going to be stood up. And that Natrona defense, they are just bowing up. 5:06 to play in the third quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard, 21-6. Natrona with the lead. About a 3-yard gain for Owen Woods.
But right now it does feel like the Indians' offense is being effective. It's gaining yards every single time. They're doing their assignments, and there's no penalties happening right now. So the Indians have got to keep this rhythm going. Natrona is a really good defense. They're not going to give anything to you for free.
Second down at the 41 of the Mustangs. Woods out of the shotgun. Woods takes the snap. Woods with the option, pitches it off for left side to Richards, and Richards fights his way forward out near the 45. That'll be about a 4-yard gain.
Josiah Coleman, he's a 6'5", 180-pound defensive end and only a junior. He'll be back next year. Did a nice job of stretching that play out and then making a nice proper tackle and keeping that gain to a minimum. Indians again in that tough 3rd and 4 situation. Got to be smart here with the football.
Third down, ball at the 34-yard line of the Mustangs. A 4:02 and ticking in the third quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard, 21-6. Natrona with the lead over the Indians. Woods gives it off to Richards and maybe held on to it for just a little bit long. He was looking to read what was going on and just hung on to it, and neither player had anywhere to go. That'll be no gain.
Natrona, I think, was pretty smart there. They were guessing run blitz and sent two of their 3 linebackers in there fast. I think, if I believe right, that was Charles Frostow in there. He's a senior, 6'3", 220. He did a great job of getting 2 yards deep into the backfield and really disrupting that play and not giving a good read to Woods or to Richards.
4th and 3, big 4th down for the Tribe here. Teasley splits off to the left. Woods up underneath center. Woods, long snap count, trying to draw off sides. Now he'll look to the sideline, and a timeout is taken by the Indians. Looking to maybe draw Natrona off sides. That'll be the first timeout for the Indians with 3:05 to play in the third, trailing 21-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Welcome back to Riske Field. Reese Monaco, Dan Morris. Indians facing a big 4th and 3 at the 34-yard line of the Natrona County Mustangs. Well, we'll call it the 36-yard line.
Central came out in a heavy set where they've got an extra tight end, extra wing back on the right side. Just seeing how Natrona reacted to that. Natrona really didn't adjust much, stayed square, played straight up defense. So Central decided to come, looks like they're coming back out in the same kind of set, challenging the linemen.
Woods will work out of the shotgun. Teasley in motion from left to right across the formation. The snap. Woods drops straight back, fires across the middle. He's got his man and caught and tripped up at the 15, rolling down to the 10-yard line, right across the middle. That was Jack DeMana with the catch.
Jack lined up as that extra tight end on the right, did a nice job. I think Natrona anticipating Central doing a little bit of read option run. Instead, Jack slips in behind the linebackers, finds that nice open seam down that, right down the hash marks. Great completion by Woods.
Dropping back, and we'll hand it off, and bottled up right near the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not quite. 1st and goal, and just inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line.
I think right now the coaches have got to get Tyrone a little bit fired up. He's a heck of a running back, and he's really productive when he uses full speeds. And I think right now Tyrone, he's not hesitating because he's doubting himself. He's hesitating because he's thinking too hard, trying to guess too much of where the seam is. He's got to realize that 3 or 4 yards right now is really good run for the Indians, and just go get them.
2nd and 10 after the no gain. Woods will work under center. Woods fakes the hand. Now he'll roll to the left and fire. He's got his man. That's DeManna again. DeManna will cut inside the 5. Going to be drugged down near the 2-yard line.
I think I bought into the same thing that the Mustangs bought in there. Indians brought Campbell Smith and put him in the backfield. We haven't seen Campbell a whole lot, and kind of anticipating fresh legs getting that football. They ran a nice little quick fake handoff and then hit the rollout with DeManna on a nice slant to the outside.
1st and goal, Indians. Woods under center. High formation. That is a Witt, the deep back. Turn and give to Witt. Witt right side, and he's going to power his way forward right near the goal line, and he is in. That is a Cheyenne Central touchdown. Cody Witt, the 2-yard touchdown plunge.
You don't stop the tank. Cody decides he wants the end zone. That boy knows how to find it. He is a really powerful running back. I love how low he keeps his shoulder pads, head back, strong, finds the little tiny gaps, but he's just pure power. He wants the end zone. He's going to go get it.
Patterson on for the PAT. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is looked like he got just a little bit underneath of that one, and the kick is no good. So 2 PATs from Dane Patterson, and a 21-12 on the Pepsi scoreboard with 1:27 to play in the 3rd quarter. But what a huge answer for Central. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes, let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your
Mountain Dew.
Do the Do.
Indians get on the board, but their second PAT is no good, trailing Natrona 21-12 on the Pepsi scoreboard. 1:27 to play in the 3rd. Patterson has it teed up and back deep to receive. Mortimer and Wilcox for Natrona. They stand around their own 5.
But as you said earlier, Reese, what an important drive for the Indians, putting points on the board. That's got to be a little bit of a encouragement to them. Now they've got to come out and play that really effective attack defense that they know how.
And Patterson puts foot to ball and drives Wilcox into the end zone. That will be a touchback, and Natrona will start at their own 20-yard line.
And I think right now there's no reason, if you're an Indian fan or Indian coach or Indian player, is there any reason to panic right now? You're in a good situation. It's got to just be smart, controlled defense here. Getting the ball back is essential. Obviously, not letting Natrona go on a long drive, but no more of those little quick outs and fast guys down the sidelines. Smart, good coverage by the defensive backs right here. Don't let Natrona pull any tricks on you.
Patton-True gets it from Olson, and Patton-True up the middle will bounce it out to the right side, and he has a lot of running room. That play was intended to go inside, and Patton-True bounces it out now to near the 30. That'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs as Patton-True picks up 10. We'll give him 12.
And that's a great running by Patton, because you're right, Reese. There was no serious hold right there in front of him. He just planted his left foot, cut to his right, got outside. Campbell Smith had to come flying up from his linebacker position, or that would have gone for even another 10 or 15 yards.
Olson will work out of the shotgun. Olson hands to True again right up the middle, and I think Natrona is content to just play 5 yards and 2 yards, 3 yards in a cloud of dust here. True will pick up about 3 yards.
Well, I think if I had a 6'3", 215-pound running back, I'd be doing the same thing. Patton does a great job of seeing the field, but more importantly, he is just a power runner. He's going to guarantee you almost 3, 4, 5 yards on every carry, and that's right now exactly what Steve Harshman's asking of him.
We'll give him 4, 2nd and 6. This time Olson fakes the give to True, and he'll keep it himself, and a late flag. 2 late flags come flying in as Olson got out to the 40 and was brought down. Let's see what these flags are. Both of them come flying in from behind.
Yeah, Conrad Prescott got up there, did a nice job of tackling, but one of the other Indians decided, I think, give it a little extra shot right there as he went down to the ground. I am fearful that they're going to get him for a 15-yard late hit here.
Officials discussing what it is and looking going to the side.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
A hold on Natrona. It's been a very clean football game. Last time Natrona had the 5-yard penalty for procedure, they went 75 yards with the touchdown pass.
Okay, well, let's not bring that back up. All right.
And the ball is nearly in the exact same spot, right at the 25, 26-yard line.
Well, and at second to nearly almost 20 yards, second and 18. This would be the time that Natrona would wisely want to try to throw one over the top. The Indians have to play very disciplined defensive, but we're going to get a time. End of third here. Okay.
That play will be run to start the fourth quarter as the third quarter has come to a close. Natrona leading Central 21-12 on the Pepsi scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray. We're going to take a 30-second timeout.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best. That's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate. Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
Welcome back to Riske Field. Reese Monaco and the Mayor Dan Morris. A big fourth quarter upcoming for the Central Indians, trailing by 9, 21-12 to the Casper-Natrona Mustangs. Looking for the 4th or 5th seed heading into next week's playoffs as the road to Laramie will begin. Central loses. They're on the road in Casper. A win, and they get to play again here at Riske Field. And Natrona struck quickly to start the second half, a 75-yard touchdown pass. Central did answer back with a touchdown of their own, but it did take a lot of time off the clock.
But being down by only one score, the clock is not absolutely essential, but Central can't wait until the final 2 or 3 minutes to decide they want to score a game-winning touchdown. They've got to be effective now.
Olsen out of the shotgun, drops straight back to pass, setting up the screen, and it is complete to Wilcox. Wilcox is going to be hit and driven out of bounds right near the 25, 27-yard line. They get a little bit after that 2nd and 16. It'll bring up third down.
But that was a great job of the Central defense, too. Ty Resdorfer sliding over there from his defensive end position, just following that screen. Sensed those linemen rolling out and got in there. Yeah, that was a good job of disrupting what looked like initially was going to be a good, really nice setup play and big yards for the Mustangs. But that's exactly what the Indians have to do right now. Disciplined assignment football, recognize what's happening in front of you, react to it, and make the play.
1 yard completion on the screen that was set up to Brody Wilcox. Natrona taking their time. Up by 9. They're not in any hurry. 3 receivers will split off wide left. Ball on the right hash mark. Now motioning out of the backfield is Wilcox. Empty backfield for Olsen. He'll fire. He has his man. And that is Wilcox. Wilcox is just drilled and driven down at the 35-yard line. It'll be an 8-yard gain on the quick swing as Wilcox is motioned out of the backfield and they find him.
Conrad Prescott, Tyrone Richards teaming up together to make sure that play was not going to gain any extra yards. Nice little play on a little out route there, but nice read by the defensive backs for Central to come up and make sure that they put the Natrona Mustangs in a punting situation.
4th down, and Kenai Olsen on to kick it away. Central sends a Dennison and Teasley back deep, and Olsen does get a good kick off, driving Teasley back to his 20, and he stumbles down at the 19. And what a kick for Kenai Olsen.
That was one of the better punts I've seen this season. That was a lot of leg. Austin Teasley kind of caught off guard there, had to backpedal 10, maybe 12 yards. wisely caught it too, because that ball would have bounced far enough out of the end zone that it probably would have kept rolling toward the end zone, and Natrona had 3 guys down there. They could have put the Indians in a lot worse situation than they are right now, starting on 19.
They can put together back-to-back scoring drives here with Woods working out of the shotgun. Campbell Smith in the backfield stands just to his right. Give off to Smith. Smith will look to find some running room around the left end, and he's going to be hit and driven down after about a 2 or 3 yard gain. That's the first carry we've seen for Campbell Smith tonight.
Yeah, kind of surprising too, because Campbell's been a pretty productive running back for them all season. Campbell's not afraid of anybody. I like to brag about him that he's a wrestler. And so he's a tough kid. He's not afraid of contact, and I thought maybe we might see him a little bit more. But, Tyrone Richards, too, Reese, has really been productive and fast for the backs. But right now, Campbell's back out there again.
Woods wants to fires left. He's got his man. That's Teasley. Teasley makes one man miss and fighting his way forward out near the 30-yard line, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And Teasley has enough for a first down and then a couple.
And I think right now you have to be a little wise about using the sidelines, too. On that first run, Campbell got out there wide, got tackled right before he was at the sidelines. That time, Austin not only made the completion and was hit by 3 or 4 Mustangs, but kept his balance and kept fighting to step out of bounds and control the clock. Right now, a stopped clock is the Indians' friend.
Teasley get the ball in his hands and Richards' hands. Those are guys that can just make a play.
Absolutely.
Woods takes the snap. He's just going to head straight up the middle. He's hit, driven backward, then takes another step forward. And Owen Woods just on the quarterback keeper. Quarterback draw right up the middle. He'll work his way out near the 32, 33-yard line. We'll call it a 2-yard gain.
Gabe Bannister for the Mustangs stepping up from his linebacker position. Just really nice job of anticipating a run play and being in the right place at the right time.
2nd and 7. Inside handoff, and one man was in motion. That was Richards. Richards tries to cut it back up, trying to get around to the right end. He'll pick up some positive yards, maybe 2.
Well, right now it's got to be, what is your 5-yard play? The linemen have got to do their job if the Indians want to keep this drive moving, and there is no doubt they do. They need points right now. They've got to make sure that there's first down. We don't need 15 yards. The Indians are telling themselves that we just need 5. Go get them.
Richards in the backfield stands just to the left of Owen Woods. 2 receivers split off to either side. 3rd and 4. Teasley in motion from right to left, swinging out to Teasley. Teasley has the catch. Teasley up the far sideline to the 40, to the 45. He's going to be knocked down right near the 47, 48-yard line. Austin Teasley with a 10-yard gain on the little swing pass to the outside. That was just get it in his hands and let him make plays.
And it wasn't the perfect pass. It was a little high, and Austin got up high with his hands, brought it in, gained yards, but got to give credit to Jack, the man out there, doing a nice job of blocking for him and controlling that cornerback.
Woods out of the shotgun. Woods, the inside give. They gave it off to Richards, and he was hit and dropped in the backfield. And somebody just reached out and looked like they grabbed him by the collar. Looked almost from my vantage point near a near face mask, and that'll be a 2-yard loss for Tyrone Richards. We'll call it a 1-yard loss.
Senior Jay Spears for the Mustangs out there at 245, 6'2" from his defensive line position. Just reached the big ham out there, slapped into Richards' chest and said, "You're not going anywhere."
2nd and 11. Woods out of the shotgun. Woods, the long snap count. Now he'll look to the sideline and get the play and signal the play in. Indians with 1 receiver split off wide to the right. That's Teasley. Woods drops straight back. Here comes some pressure. Woods wants it all. Woods looking across the middle to Teasley. And up high, and it is picked off. Natrona again, their 2nd interception. Royce Jorgensen was back there, and Woods threw that into double coverage looking for Teasley, wanting him to go up and make a play. And Royce Jorgensen was there to pull it down for the pick and the 2nd interception for the Indians.
That would have been a great play if it could have been completed, because that was some big yards, a big gain for the Indians. But Woods has got to recognize the quarterback, and Natrona in that case lined up 5 defensive linemen to create all the pressure they could in the backfield. Also brought up a linebacker on a blitz. There was no one in the middle of the field. One of the Indians was slipping across, so that was an easy first down, but Woods going for the big home run there. You go for the glory, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
And it looked like Teasley was the only one in the route. Olson out of the shotgun. Wilcox stands behind him in the pistol. Olson will give to Wilcox. Big hole right up the middle. He's going to run into Jack Garrett, and Garrett's going to push him backwards, but not before about a 6-7 yard gain.
Tyler Finhoff leading the tackle there for the Indians. And everybody right now, that's the old rule of you got to stand the guy up. First guy there, wrap up. Second guy, rip the football. The Indians are going to be tearing away at that. But Natrona, because they're well coached by Steve Harshman, running back, covering the ball up with both hands, making sure that no fumbles, no turnovers.
8 yard gain, 2nd and 2 at the Mustang 28 yard line. Olson will work out of the shotgun. Olson gives off to Wilcox. He'll fight his way forward right up the middle out near the first down marker. That could be just short. It is going to be just short and bring up 3rd down.
Well, that was a great job by the Central defense in that case, too. They had all defensive linemen in on that tackle. There was no surprise what Natrona was going to do. No fancy fakes or anything else. It was just hand the ball to the right and let your back do his job. Defense did a great job. In fact, defensive linemen, I love it when they're the first ones on the tackles. That means they beat the blocker in front of them, and that time really effective tackle by the Indians.
And tick-tock goes the clock, which is working against the Indians right now. Olson will work out of the shotgun, and flags fly. Natrona clapping. Did they change the snap?
No, I think Central was trying to get some blitzes in there, and the linebacker was running up, not sure who was going to take what gap. One of them actually stepped across the line a little bit, getting excited to go.
That will give the Mustangs a 1st down with the encroachment. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. Oh, the Mustangs. And Central somehow has to get the ball back because Natrona is just content on going 3 yards at a time here and burning this clock with a 9-point lead, 21-12 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Olson out of the shotgun, pistol formation. He'll turn and give off to Patton True. True up the middle, will bounce it out to the left side. Flags come flying in, and Patton True lowers his shoulder and stays on his feet. He has enough for the 1st down. It all depends on what this flag is.
You can look at Patton, and he's just anticipating the ball in every play. His eyes, he's just laser focused on the line. In that case, though, a little frustration. He's slapping his hands to his thighs, a little upset. I think one of his linemen got caught on a hold there. Steve Harshman obviously not happy with the call.
So Orrin Williams gets called for the illegal block in the back, and Natrona going the wrong way, which certainly helps the Indians out. They'll mark off the penalty. Push the ball back to the 24-yard line. 1st, call it 20 for the Mustangs. Central's defense needs to come up with a big play. Kenai Olson comes off the sideline into the huddle. The Mustangs break their huddle. Olson out of the shotgun. Pistol formation. Fakes the give, and he's going to keep it himself. A big hole up the middle. Now he's just pointing and guiding traffic. Olson to the 40, to the 50. Lowers his shoulder and just runs over an Indian at the Central 45. And on 1st and 20, Olson on the keeper picks up a huge play.
I think he was anticipating Carter Evans breaking down. I believe it was Carter Evans breaking down that right side on the fly route. But Tyrone Richards did a nice job of stepping over, shutting that down. So the quarterback does the second option and says, I'm just going to take care of it myself. And wow, big run for the Mustangs.
He lowered his shoulder and just ran over an unfortunate Indian at the 45, and his momentum carried him forward to the 42-yard line.
Right now, I look at the Indians, and it's very frustrating as a fan of the Cheyenne schools because I see a lot of hands on hips and not a lot of energy, not a lot of cheering each other on. They've got to find an attitude adjustment right now. These things have got to change if they would intend to win this game.
Quick pitch off to Patton True. True left side, and he's going to be swarmed under. He'll pick up about a yard, bring it out to the 40, maybe the 39-yard line. Or pardon me. Short gain. Yep, he did get across the 40. Now right to the 40.
Right to the 40. I love to see swarming defense, though. And the Indians that time had 8 guys in on the tackle. They weren't giving an extra inch to that running back. They made sure that everybody was going to shut that down.
Second and call it 8. 4:44 to play in the game. Indians trailing by 9. A loss, and they'll go on the road in the first round of the playoffs and face this same Natrona team. Olsen, and the play is blown dead before it can start. And Olsen was going to give it off right to Patton True up the middle, but the play was blown dead. I don't see a flag. It looks like there was a timeout. Natrona calling a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
The Brake Stop in Casper and Cheyenne is your locally owned brake specialist for over 20 years. ASE certified. We always offer 100% free brake inspection, free tire rotations, and now offering a free alignment check. So for the best brakes, best service, and always the best price, stop at the Brake Stop. See our website and social media for exclusive deals.
Welcome back to Riske Field. 4.5 minutes to play.
Right now, too, Reese, that's probably the Indians' biggest enemy. That every second off that clock is another second they can't score. They're not down by much. They've just got to make a play here on defense. This is time to make a stand to get the ball back. Natrona, if they're putting a punt situation, they're going to drive the Indians deep, so that's got to be effective offense the rest of this game. There's no mistakes, no penalties, and no silly assignments.
Call it 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line of the Indians. Olsen leads them out, 2 blocking backs up front. Olsen gives off to Patton True. He'll bounce it out right side, looking for some room around the end across the 40, out near the 39-yard line. Could be a gain of 2.
Patton, I tell you what, that kid can eat up real estate when he starts running. He's a tall kid, and when he starts taking steps, now we're seeing the game. The game of the clock is now being played.
Yeah, Central takes their second timeout, and just to stop the clock to try and get this ball back and try to score quickly. When we saw them down against East, they didn't burn the timeouts necessarily as much, but we did see. That's when we saw Austin Teasley in a quarterback. We saw a double pass, saw a couple trick plays, and it's getting close to that point for the Indians right now. The thing about it is they still have the first round of the playoffs. When you go back a few years, we're talking about Central just sneaking into the playoffs. They are in the playoffs. It's just a matter of what seed they're going to be and where they're going to play.
And maybe not in this situation, this game, but they're a team of confidence. They know they have a lot of good athletes. They trust their coaches. They are capable of making big plays. And there's no reason to, 1, give up on this game, but 2, you're right, Reese, there's actually technically 4 more quarters to this game to be played, and those are the ones that are really going to matter.
3rd and 7 from the Indian 39-yard line. Olsen out of the shotgun, and he'll fake the give, and they'll work it back again to Cox. That is Cooper Cox. Faked the give to Patton True, and coming around behind was Cooper Cox and gave it off to Cox, and I believe he got close to the first down.
No, they're going to drop him about 2 yards short. Man, it's obvious to say this is the time, Indians. If you want to win this game, this is the play right here. You cannot let the Mustangs pull any tricks, and they sure as heck can't go gain them. I think they even marked it down to 1 yard to go, Reese.
And Central takes their 3rd timeout with 4:06 to play in the game. 21-12 on the Pepsi scoreboard. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray. We don't have an update from across town. The last update we had was that Campbell County hit a Hail Mary at the end of half to go up by 9 on Cheyenne East, and we're efforting to get a score.
It's funny you should just mention that. I just got another message from another listener. Campbell County now up 35-19.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we mentioned Cheyenne was kind of the center of the 4A football universe with 4 of the top 5 ranked teams in action here on the final weekend, and unfortunately for the home teams, things not going their way. And if Campbell County can beat East, East will be the 3 seed, Campbell County the 2 seed, and if Natrona hangs on here, Central will drop to the 5. And earlier, 2 weeks ago, I was talking about maybe a Central East matchup in the playoffs, which could still happen.
Still could happen. It's the tough thing right now is you got to just make it past the first round. I mean, there's 4, maybe 5. Well, there are, obviously, looking at this game. There are 5 solid teams in this state, and there's no off weeks when you start looking at facing any of those 5 teams.
4th and 1. Olsen out of the shotgun, turns and gives off to Patton True. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be close. This is going to be close. I don't know if he got it. I don't think he did. The Central defense bows up. It's all just going to depend on where the officials decide to put this down. You see the Natrona players signaling first down. The Central players are saying first down our way. And the only ones that matter are the guys in the striped shirts.
Oh, please bring the chains out. I haven't seen a chain measurement in probably 2 years.
Oh, that ruling on the field is a first down, and it couldn't have been by a foot. And you know what? Can't Coach Apodaca asked for a measurement on that?
Oh, yeah. And I think he's arguing right now. He wanted a measurement. They already moved the sticks.
Wow. I didn't know if he got that much.
This is I tried never to be critical of the officials, but it just drives me nuts when sideline officials run in and they run crooked lines like they're calculating in their head, where should I mark this down as they run there? You saw where he touched the ground. Get to that point on a direct route. And now both sideline officials kind of wandering, look at each other, guessing, because there was a lot of people in on that action, on that tackle. It was kind of tough to tell where the ball went down.
Central can't stop the clock, and now Natrona will take a timeout. Their second timeout. And right now Central is at the mercy of the clock here for Natrona, who just picked up 4 new fresh 4. And they're not in any hurry. They'll snap the ball. They'll take it all the way down and run as much time off the clock as they can with the 9-point lead.
Harshwood chooses to stop the clock here so he can make that clear in the huddle. There is absolutely no reason to hurry. You're going to get in the huddle. You're going to make your call. You're going to go to the line. You're going to sit there. Quarterback, when you see that deep official behind the defensive backs raise his hand and signal there's 5 seconds to go, then you could snap the ball. We are not in a hurry. We want to burn clock here. We want to make it just painful for the Indians to sit out there and just wait and watch. And that's exactly, Harshman's a smart coach. That's exactly what he wants his kids to do.
2 Central turnovers turning into 2 Natrona touchdowns. Pretty much the difference in this game. Central has also missed 2 extra points. Those are big at this point, down by 9 instead of 7.
And you don't want to put any extra pressures on kickers, and that I don't think any of those kicks were necessarily Pedersen's fault. There was a bad snap and then just a strange hold on the second one, but still kickers become so essential in a game like this.
Olsen gives to Patton True right up the middle, and he'll dive forward for about a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up second down, and Natrona will just let the clock tick down and take as much time as they possibly can. About a 1-yard gain for Patton True.
They're going to stand around in the huddle, try to drag out an extra 10 seconds. They'll wander up the line, get set, and again, I expect the quarterback to be watching that deep official behind the defensive backs until he signals 5 seconds until delay of game, then he'll call for the ball to run the play. But right now, Natrona wants to eat every second out of that clock they can.
Warren Williams leaves the sideline, and he'll shuttle the play in and give it off to Kenai Olsen.
Oh, hands already up for the official. Yep, they waited too long on that one. Harshman is not happy with them.
Yeah, and Natrona has to take the timeout so they don't get the delay a game. Both teams out of timeouts, cannot stop the clock at this point. We'll just keep it right here, Dan. And Natrona got the ball to start the second half, and 4 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown. And Central has had their backs against the wall since then.
And it's so weird to say because it hasn't been a game of big plays, yet it's been a game of big plays. There's only been like 3 big plays the whole game, but every one of them absolutely essential to how this game is working out. And I was thinking, Central's now in a tough spot because now if they lose this game, they roll up to Natrona for a second time, and I've talked about it before. Steve Harshman's so hard to play a second time. Then if you pull that victory off as the 4 or 5 seed, anticipates going to Sheridan. And you want to talk about an even taller monster to have to beat. That's a heck of a road to have. But one of these 2 teams is really going to have to figure it out to get to Laramie.
Now Natrona, Kenai Olson out of the shotgun, and he'll fake the give to Patton True. He'll pull it and just keep it himself and fight his way forward out near the 25-yard line. They'll spot him just short of the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Again, very slow calling of the play by Natrona. They're even, instead of waggling plays in, they're running kids in and out, help burn up a little more clock. It's kind of just slow Chinese water torture here for the Indians. They just can't figure out how to stop the clock. They know they've got to get a turnover here, but that means you've got to hit the running back, and everybody's trying to strip the ball.
Down to about 1:15, just inside a minute 15. And Olson fakes the give to True, and Olson will pull it and keep it himself. He'll get across the 25, inside the 25, down to about the 24. That brings up 4th down. We'll call it 4th and 3 with 1:30 and a ticking on the Pepsi scoreboard left in this one, and the Indians trailing by 9, 21-12.
Olson, that was a really nice run for not much of a productive run. That's how you should exactly run that play. Wrap both arms on the football, keep your shoulder pads low. Don't get cute and start dancing, because when you start dancing, you swing the football out away from your body, and that's when defensive players are trying to whack it, and Natrona's going to go for it here.
Mustangs on 4th down will go for it. Olson will work out of the shotgun, the snap, and he gives it off to Patton True, and Patton True powers his way out near the sticks, the 1st down stick, and we'll see what kind of spot they give him this time. I didn't think he got it last time, and he did not come up with the 1st down, so Natrona turns it over on downs with 54 seconds left. Central will have to strike quickly.
Well, and I think already with 0 for 2.
Not the ability to stop the clock.
Yeah, 0 for 2 on the deep ball. That's the last thing they want to be doing is trying to throw it deep and risk another interception. The key right now is work sidelines. It's got to be quick plays, though, effective plays. Everybody that carries the football's got to understand the sideline's your friend. Get there. Don't worry about an extra 2 yards. Stop the clock.
DeMona and Calvert will split out to the right. Woods out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drop back, and skip it. His intended receiver, he was looking left, and he just underthrew his intended receiver, Teasley. That'll bring up 2nd down, and the incomplete pass will stop the clock at 50 seconds on the Pepsi scoreboard.
That's exactly what I expect them to be doing. Quick passes, don't give a chance for a sack, get the ball out quickly to the short side in that case, and try to work the sidelines. Anticipate them coming back on the right side there. Campbell Smith in the backfield.
And Teasley and Dennison will split off wide right. Woods will work out of the shotgun. Smith stands just to the left of Woods. Woods drops straight back to pass, looks across the middle, and off the hands of his intended receiver, and it will fall incomplete. That was Calvert. He was hit hard, and he is slow to get up. His intended receiver looking to use the height of Robbie Calvert. He was stretched out, all 6'6" of him, Dan, trying to bring that one down.
That football was probably no closer than about 8 feet to the ground there. Robbie got both hands on it, just couldn't quite reach enough to wrap his hands around the ball and bring it in. Then he came down hard on his hip. He was turned sideways and slammed the side of his ribs into the ground. That turf is soft, but it's not that soft. Robbie paid for it on that play.
45 seconds on the Pepsi scoreboard. 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Woods out of the shotgun. Central sends receivers off to either side. And inside, it snapped directly to Tyrone Richards, and Richards is brought down, and I don't know if that ball was actually supposed to be directly snapped to Richards or if it was just mistimed, but he got there right as the ball got to Woods, and he took the ball, and he can't stop the clock.
I'm not sure what that play was either, because everybody acted surprised that Richards had the ball. I think the snap just came a hair early, and it looked like the ball, Woods, and Richards were all in the same spot at the same time, rolled up over the top of Richards' shoulder pads. He grabbed it, took it down, and almost wasn't sure where to run with it.
And Central couldn't stop the clock, and instead of rushing up to get to the ball, they couldn't spike it to stop the clock. They would have to run a fourth down play. They'll just walk off the field, and that will do it. And the Natrona County Mustangs with the 21-12 win over Cheyenne Central. Natrona will go into the playoffs as the 4 seed. They will host the Central Indians, the 5 seed, next Friday at Cheney Alumni Field. A disappointing loss for the Indians, but they need to realize that, well, the road to Laramie starts next Friday, and they need to put this one behind them. They can't let Natrona beat them, how do you say, one game beat you twice. Even though they are playing the same team, they can regroup and head up to Natrona and see if they can advance in the playoffs, because next week it's all about survive and advance. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up from Riske Field. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
Here's a phone number to keep handy.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
The new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek is built for adventure with symmetrical all-wheel drive and Subaru reliability you can count on. Right now, drive one home with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months or 1.9% APR for 60 months. Adventure starts here. Experience the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek today. Financing on approved credit, length of contract and terms may vary. See dealer for details. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025.
Experience the holiday difference at Halliday Subaru.
Tired of watching your savings sit still? At First Tier Bank, we work hard to keep our CD rates at or the top of the market because your money deserves more. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just Cheyenne banking with real returns. Visit firsttierbanks.com or stop by one of our Cheyenne branches today, downtown at 18th and Cary or Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne. First Tier Banks, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Four simple words that encompass the Reimer Corp commitment to getting the job done.
Welcome back to Riske Field. Cheyenne Central falling to the Casper-Natrona Mustangs 21-12. 2 interceptions, really the difference in this game. Both defenses playing well, but Natrona just ball control, Dan, and their defense came up with 2 big turnovers. Usually in a game that you know is going to come down to defense like this, turnovers make the biggest difference, and it did tonight.
When you have 2 teams that are so equal to each other, statistically, record-wise, standings-wise, they're mirror images of each other. 2 or 3 mistakes are huge, and in this case, unfortunately, Central blinked first and flinched last, And it showed on the scoreboard. The Indians are better than this, and they know it. They'll come back stronger next week, but they've got a tough task in having to go up and play at Dick Cheney Field in Natrona.
Yeah, they do. And Larry right now is deciding what game we will have for you here on 1480 K-Ray next Friday. And, it very well could be back out in the county with the Pine Bluffs Hornets and the Swarm. I'm not quite sure. Larry will make that decision, and I'm sure he'll announce it on the Pro Shop Morning Show and put it on his socials as well. We'll let you know where we will be next week when the high school football playoffs begin in the state of Wyoming. Central falls to Natrona 21-12. Special thanks to Doug Arnold back at the studios, 1480 Studios, doing an outstanding job, Doug. Certainly do appreciate it. And Larry Proetti, our on-site engineer and producer here today. Certainly do appreciate all of Larry's hard work. And for the mayor, I'm Reese Monaco, and for Larry here on site. Have a great evening, everyone. The final, once again, Natrona 21, Central 12. This has been high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Short post game for a reason.
All right, Shoshone Wranglers and Pine Bluffs. I'll get all of it first thing Monday. That way we don't have to travel.
Yep, I love it.
I'm not going up to Casper again. Screw that.
All righty.
And I'm determined to have a gas station burrito this time.
Yeah, you know what? There's a good chance Pine will be playing for a state championship. We might as well